All right, less than 1 minute to air. Matt, you ready? Excellent. Can you turn that radio up just a smidge? Thanks.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to the 44th Annual FCCB Scholarship Challenge presented by Williams Toyota of Sayre. After 4 weeks of qualifying rounds, today we take a break from High School Challenge and bring you Middle School Challenge in its entirety. 1 week from today, we'll be on this stage for the final time this year, bringing you the championship rounds, the finals of Scholarship Challenge, year number 44. Congratulations to the middle school students here today representing your school and community on today's live broadcast at the Sayre Theater. Our contestants today include 2 teams from Northeast Bradford, Wyalusing, Sullivan County, Wellsboro, Athens, Tioga, and Spencer Van Etten. In total, today's Middle School Scholarship Challenge will be heard on 17 radio signals throughout the Twin Tiers, from Binghamton to Corning, Elmira, Waverly, Sayre, Towanda, Wysox. Thank you for tuning in today on this Radigan Media Group station. It's our pleasure to be back behind the Scholarship Challenge podium to present questions to some of the best and brightest high schoolers from 8 counties on both sides of the state line. Let's meet our first 2 teams on the longest-running radio show in both New York and Pennsylvania, the broadcast that celebrates the power of thought and the magic of the mind. If you're looking at our Middle School Challenge bracket today, we're starting in the top right corner with Northeast Bradford and Wyalusing. We'll take a moment here to introduce our team from Northeast Bradford to my right, beginning with team captain Carter Babcock. Good morning, Carter.
Good morning. I'm in 8th grade. I enjoy swimming, hunting, and playing airsoft.
Excellent. Thank you, Carter. On my left, I meant to say left. It's a good thing this is a radio show. Charles Eastman.
Thank you, Mr. Radigan. Hello, my name is Charles Eastman. I'm in 8th grade. I enjoy helping my grandpa on his farm, and yeah.
That takes up a lot of time. It does. I know. Been there. Excellent. Thank you, Charles. To Charles's and my left is Ellie Mahalik. Ellie, did I pronounce your last name correctly?
Yes.
Great.
I'm Ellie Mahalik, and I play piano and clarinet, and I swim and run cross country.
Excellent. Thank you, Ellie. And to our far stage left is Elliot Murray.
Thank you. My name is Elliot Murray. I'm in 7th grade at NEB Northeast Bradford. I enjoy track, cross country, and I like guitar and drums.
Excellent. Thank you, Elliot. The Northeast Bradford Junior High Panthers are advised by Jennifer Babcock. Their school principal is Amy Brown, and their school superintendent is Matt Holmes. Now on our stage right side of the podium, we have the team from Wyalusing, the junior high Wyalusing Rams, starting with their team captain, Griffin Sheldon.
I'm Griffin Sheldon. I like cross country, baseball, and wrestling. And my dad, Gabe, owns funeral homes.
Excellent. And Marshall Houston joins us as well.
I am in 8th grade, and I like to play baseball. I do wrestling and cross country.
Excellent. Thank you, Marshall. And our third member of the Wyalusing Junior High Rams is Connor Earl.
Hi, I'm Connor Earl, and I love to do wrestling, baseball, and football, along with hunting and outdoor activities.
All right. Thank you, Connor Earl. Those are 3 members of the Wyalusing Junior High Rams team today. The Wyalusing Junior High Rams are advised by Nick Marbaker, school principals Gary Otis, and school superintendent is also Gary Otis. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will begin questions here between Northeast Bradford and Wyalusing on Scholarship Challenge, the middle school edition here today.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
FCCB is proud to partner with Choice 102 for the 44th Annual Scholarship Challenge because they believe inspiring young minds is a mission that extends beyond the classroom. Today's students are tomorrow's leaders, and each has a gift to develop. By supporting local educational programs like Scholarship Challenge, FCCB is making an investment in the future. FCCB, committed to the communities they serve. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Dalton Williams, and I'd like to invite you to Williams Toyota of Sayre. We are proud to partner with our community with our continued focus on youth activities, healthcare initiatives, and helping those that need it most right here in the Valley. We offer a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere and make it easy to service your vehicle. You can comfortably wait in our newly renovated lounge with all the amenities to make you feel right at home. So visit us today in Sayre or online at williamstoyotaofsayre.com.
Driving down the road, tuning in my dial. Local radio playing songs of style. DJ's voice echoes through the countryside. Rhythm and beats taking me for a ride. Yeah, yeah. Local radio, playing those songs you lift my spirit high. Local radio, on you I rely.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to the Sayre Theater. It is Scholarship Challenge, the middle school edition today. We do have 8 teams participating. The last several broadcasts have been 5 or 6, so today's broadcast will probably go a little bit longer than those that we've done previous this year, probably till about 1 o'clock is my guess. On stage with us, Wyalusing Junior High Rams, Team Captain Griffin Sheldon, Marshall Houston, Connor Earl, Northeast Bradford Junior High Panthers, Team 1 of 2 participating today in Middle School Challenge. Their team captain, Carter Babcock, Charles Eastman, Ellie Mahalik, and Elliot Murray. Unplanned, but a great opportunity for the 4 alternates from Northeast Bradford. We had 1 team drop out for Middle School Challenge this week, which created an opening. So the 4 alternates who thought that they would get to alternate here today actually get their own team. So an extra opportunity, which is excellent here on Scholarship Challenge. Now that we've handled our introductions and we are ready to roll, let's begin. Match 1, round 1 here on Middle School Scholarship Challenge. In 2023, the G20 group of advanced economic nations added a 21st member, a set of 55 countries from what continent? That sound means time is up. Africa, the answer we're looking for. 5 seconds to ring in, 10 seconds to answer. Question number 2, the second season of the 4th game in this video game series became available in October 2023. Identify this series made by Blizzard and named for its main bad guy, the Lord of Terror. Diablo. Question 3, Earthshine can sometimes be seen before and after one of these occurrences. The second one of these in a month is called a black moon. Give the 2-word astronomical term for this first phase of each lunar cycle that often creates a very dark night. Griffin Sheldon, Wyalusing.
New Moon.
New Moon is correct. Great job. Pencils and paper ready. If Chad's will divide his $800,000 estate equally between his 4 children and 6 grandchildren, how much will each person receive upon Chad's death? Carter Babcock, Northeast Bradford.
$80,000.
$80,000 is correct. Score is tied at 10-10. You get 10 points for each correct answer. You get a 10-point deduction for any incorrect answer. Question 5, give the word starting with Y that means both a tall tale and a skein of knitting material. Ellie Mahalik, Northeast Bradford.
Yarn.
Yarn is correct. Question 6, of the 13 tallest cities in the U.S., 8 are in New York City, and the other 5 are in what Midwest city? Chicago, the answer we're looking for. Question 7, this man claimed that as a distant cousin of Edward the Confessor, Edward had declared him to the heir to the throne. However, after Edward's death, Harold II opposed this man's claim, resulting in what king taking the throne of England and then building the Tower of London and creating the Domesday Book after he won the Battle of Hastings in 1066. William the Conqueror. Question 8. The New Jersey Devils rivalry with what National Hockey League team is called the Battle of the Turnpikes? Philadelphia Flyers. Question 9, between Wyalusing and Northeast Bradford. In 2023, what maker of jam, jelly, and Uncrustables agreed to buy Hostess, the maker of Twinkies? Smuckers. Question 10. The Romans developed the simple Tuscan order of these objects, as well as the composite that combined the Ionic and Corinthian forms of ancient Greece. What architectural structures are also built in the Doric form? Columns. All right, that's 10 questions. We're at the end of round 1 between Northeast Bradford and Wyalusing. Northeast Bradford is in the lead, 20-10. I've got 20 questions left for these two when we come back here on Scholarship Challenge, the middle school edition.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
One of the area's most respected law firms is also a longtime supporter of Scholarship Challenge. Attorneys R. Joseph Landy and Damian M. Rossetti wish all of today's participants a rewarding, positive experience. Founded more than 60 years ago by Robert J. Landy, the Landy and Rossetti law firm specializes in criminal defense, wrongful death, personal injury, estate planning, gas and mineral rights, civil and commercial litigation, real estate, commercial transactions, and family law. Landy and Rossetti on Desmond Street in downtown Sayre.
At C&N, we know life is full of ands. There's tuition and books, down payments and renovations, car loans and repairs, babies and kids, and more kids. Whether you're just starting out or thinking about retirement, our products, services, and expertise will prepare you for all of life's ands. For a bank that's personal and professional, visit cnbankpa.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Tuning in and listening to the news, hearing what's happening with local views. Across the country or in my town, I tune in to find out what's going down. Hey, hey. Local radio, keeping me informed.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to the Sayre Theater. It's Scholarship Challenge Middle School edition today. We'll be back to the High School Scholarship Challenge 1 week from today for finals. It'll be the final broadcast of our Scholarship Challenge season number 44, year number 44. Thank you for joining us today. We have Wyalusing and Northeast Bradford on stage with us. Currently, after one round, Northeast Bradford is in the lead over Wyalusing with a score of 20-10. In the first and second rounds, questions are worth 10 points each. You get 10 points for correct answer. You lose 10 points for incorrect answers. When we advance to the third round, questions will be 20 points apiece for correct answers, still minus 10 for anything incorrect. Again, 20-10 right now. Let's continue questions here in the second round with Wyalusing and Northeast Bradford. This character returned in a second edition of his video game in 2023. Set in New York, the game features the villains Lizard, Mr. Negative, Kraven the Hunter, and Venom. Carter Babcock, Northeast.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is correct. Those video game questions are paying off, Mom and Dad. This term is the background for the Ray Meadows novel, I Will Send Rain. Give this two-word term for the Texas-Oklahoma area of the 1930s, whose severe drought and windstorms drove many to leave for California and inspired John Steinbeck's novel, The Grapes of Wrath. Connor Earl, Wyalusing.
The Dust Bowl.
Dust Bowl is correct. 30-20 now. Northeast still in a slight lead, one question lead. Question 13. Arctic explorer Charles Hall, Russian defector Alexander Litvinenko, the Roman Emperor Claudius, and the Spanish conquistador Juan Ponce de Leon all suffered what manner of death that was self-inflicted by the Carthaginian, yep, just roll with me on it, General Hannibal, Adolf Hitler, and Socrates. They were all poisoned. Question 14. This type of radiation is created by heating a tungsten filament and bombarding it with electrons. As voltage is applied across a tube, the electrons create photons that leave the tube and create what type of radiation used to check if a bone is broken after placing a lead shield on the patient. Connor Earl, Wyalusing.
X-ray.
X-ray is correct. Question 15. Adding the word counter to this term creates the term for the highest of all male voice ranges. Identify this male voice range, usually the highest range written in bass clef, that is higher than baritone and bass. Ellie Mahalik, Northeast Bradford.
Tenor.
Tenor is correct. Question 16. One of this substance's polymers is found in grocery store plastic bags. Give the most common 5-letter name of this material, also used to make both siding on the outside of houses and the albums played on an old-style record player. Connor Earl, Wyalusing.
Vinyl.
Vinyl is correct. Northeast Bradford and Wyalusing are now tied at 40 points each. Pencils and paper ready. Solve for x. If 5x plus 12 equals minus 3x minus 4. Carter Babcock has rung in from Northeast Bradford.
2.
That is incorrect. We'll repeat the question for Wyalusing. Solve for x if 5x plus 12 equals minus 3x minus 4? Connor Earl, Wyalusing?
X equals -2.
That is correct. Question 18. This term can describe someone who agrees to have a scientific experiment performed on him, as well as a person who sits for a portrait or the person discussed in a biography. Give this 7-letter word that in grammar is the noun described or discussed in a sentence. Connor Earl, Wyalusing?
Subject.
Subject is correct. Question 19. This object's existence was suggested in a theory by Schwann and Schleiden, who correctly thought that all living organisms consist of these objects. Name this tiny object considered the basic unit of all living things. Carter Babcock, Northeast Bradford.
Atom.
That is incorrect. We'll repeat the question for Wyalusing. This object's existence was suggested in a theory by Schwann and Schleiden, who correctly thought that all living organisms consist of these objects. Name this tiny object considered the basic unit of all living things whose organelles each have their own functions. Connor Earl, Wyalusing?
A cell.
Cell is correct. Question 20. Name the Boston area battle of 1775, considered the first pitched battle of the American Revolution, that took place less than 2 months after the battles of Lexington and Concord, and is considered a British victory in spite of more than 1,000 British casualties. Bunker Hill. All right, that is 20 questions. We're now at the end of round 2. At the end of round 2, Wyalusing is now in the lead over Northeast Bradford, 70-20. Anything can still happen when we come back. I've got 10 more questions. They'll now be worth 20 points apiece here on Scholarship Challenge, the middle school edition.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
Now is the time to tackle debt with the Guthrie Community Credit Union. Transfer high-interest balances to a GCCU Visa credit card and save. Guthrie's Visa credit card features 0% APR for 12 months with no balance transfer or annual card fees. It could be a great way to consolidate and pay off high-interest debt sooner and for less. Apply online at GuthrieFCU.org and start your journey towards financial freedom. Certain restrictions apply. Membership eligibility is required. Guthrie Community Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender.
One of the most respected and appreciated businesses in the Valley community is Jeff Paul Plumbing, Heating, and Electric.
Serving residential and commercial customers for over 40 years. They started small and have continued to expand to meet the needs of the Twin Tiers.
Offering high-quality service with a personal touch. There's one goal at Jeff Paul: your complete satisfaction.
For plumbing, heating, and electrical, call Jeff Paul.
Effective ads grabbing my attention, commercials so good they deserve a mention. Local radio hits power shows every day, making businesses grow. Yeah, yeah. Local radio works so well, makes me wanna buy. Local radio, boosting our businesses into the sky.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to the stage here at the Sayre Theater. We're off and running today in Middle School Challenge. It is our middle school version of Scholarship Challenge. It's also a great feeder program for Scholarship Challenge. Allows our students to get started at grade 6, 7, and 8 into Scholarship Challenge. And one of the recent changes we made in the last year with Scholarship Challenge, previously juniors and seniors were permitted to participate in Scholarship Challenge only at the high school level, which would mean that our middle schoolers would have to take a break for their 9th and 10th grade year. So we opened that up so that high school challenge can include 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. So now scholarship challenge is something that these students can begin participating in from 6th grade and carry it all the way through senior year in high school if they're so inclined. Thank you for being here, whether you're in our theater audience today at the Sayre Theater. Theater is open to the public, and you're welcome to stop in and watch a few rounds or stay for the whole show if you like. You can come and go as you please. There is no price to admission. Just come on in and join us. We've got 350 seats, and probably about half of them open this morning. It's a great crowd for our middle school edition. It always is. And if you're listening on one of our 17 Radigan Media radio stations, thank you for that. And, of course, you could also be watching us, too, on the Choice 102 Facebook page or on our Scholarship Challenge YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us wherever you are. All right, we're heading into the third round now. It's still 10 questions, but now they're worth 20 points each. 20 points for a correct answer, minus 10 for anything incorrect. The current score is 70-20. Wyalusing in the lead over Northeast Bradford as the old Sayre Theater makes some strange noises. I don't know what that's coming from. I know that's coming from Irene, who's behind the curtain now. I don't know what she's investigating back there, but at any rate, it's always exciting being part of a live radio show, guys. Let's get into round 3. 10 questions, 20 points apiece. Wyalusing in the lead. Some versions of this game have larger than normal pieces, while others may have 54 cardboard pieces in its tower instead of wooden pieces. Name this Hasbro game where players try to avoid losing by removing a block from a... Carter Babcock, Northeast Bradford.
Jenga.
Jenga is correct. Tightening the gap between Wyalusing and Northeast Bradford, 70-40 now. Question 22. Minor characters in stories featuring this man include the opera singer Irene Adler. Name this character whose universe also includes Inspector Gregson of Scotland Yard, Colonel Moran, the henchman of the master criminal James Moriarty, and Mary Morstan, who marries Dr. Watson. Time is up. Sherlock Holmes. Question 23. Spell the word tilapia, a commonly eaten fish. Marshall Houston, Wyalusing.
Talapia.
That is incorrect. We'll repeat the question for Northeast Bradford. Spell the word tilapia, a commonly eaten fish. No takers. Tilapia. Question 24. It is likely that Dwight Eisenhower or Ronald Reagan could have been elected to a third term as president, except that which constitutional amendment passed after Franklin Roosevelt's 4 elections to the presidency now limits U.S. presidents to 2 terms? That's the 22nd Amendment. 60-40 is the score. Wyalusing in the lead over Northeast. Question 25. BYU student Kenneth Rooks won the 2023 NCAA championship in this event. He also won its 2023 U.S. championship in spite of falling over a hurdle in the middle of the race. Name this track event that lasts 3,000 meters and where all runners must clear a water jump on each lap. No takers on that. Sounds a little bit like working at a radio station, but it's actually a steeplechase. Question 26. After the Supreme Court decision, Cherokee Nation versus Georgia, this Democrat said, quote, well, John Marshall has made his decision. Now let him enforce it, end quote. Name this 19th century president and the first Democrat ever to hold the office who is on the $20 bill and has the capital city of Mississippi.
Andrew Jackson.
Connor Earl, Wyalusing. Jackson is correct. Great job. Wyalusing in the lead, 80-40 over Northeast Bradford. The best known work of American author Henry James in schools today is what ghost story about Miles, Flora, and the late Peter Quint? Turn of the screw. Question 28. This country borders both the Persian Gulf and the Caspian Sea, and most of its citizens speak Farsi. Name this Middle Eastern nation that is home to the Persian leopard, is trying to develop an atomic bomb, and commonly feuds with its neighbor, Iraq. Connor Earl, Wyalusing.
Iran.
Iran is correct. 2 questions left. Wyalusing in the lead, 100-40. Give the key signature of the musical key. Give the key signature of the musical key E flat. Three flats. Question 30. First or last name acceptable. After graduating from Harvard and then from Yale Law School, he became a multimillionaire from his biotech company, even though its main drug for Alzheimer's disease failed its clinical trials. Name this 2024 Republican presidential candidate of Indian ancestry who has promised to pardon Donald Trump if elected president. Griffin Sheldon, Wyalusing.
Nikki Haley.
Incorrect. So we'll repeat the question for Northeast Bradford. After graduating from Harvard and then from Yale Law School, he became a multimillionaire from his biotech company, even though its main drug for Alzheimer's disease failed its clinical trials. Name this 2024 Republican presidential candidate of Indian ancestry who has promised to pardon Donald Trump if elected president. The answer is Vivek Ramaswamy. That is the end of the match between Northeast Bradford and Wyalusing. Wyalusing wins it 90-40. We will hear more from Northeast Bradford Junior High today on Middle School Challenge, as they are the one district with 2 teams in today's challenge. So we look forward to hearing more from them as well. Carter Babcock, Charles Eastman, Elliot Mihalik, and Elliot Murray, you guys did a great job today. Thank you very much for being on Scholarship Challenge. Griffin Sheldon, Marshall Houston, and Connor Earl, we're going to have you leave the stage, but stick around because you are going on to the next round here at Scholarship Challenge today. The middle school edition. When we come back, Sullivan County and Wellsboro will be in a matchup here on stage. Stick around.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
Ready for a financial glow-up? Look no further than Ingersoll Rand Federal Credit Union. We've got great rates for your life. Whether it's for your dream home or a new ride, we've got your back. Easily access your IRFCU accounts with our mobile app. View balances, deposit checks, and move money with just a tap. Your money, your way. Here at IRFCU, we are committed to our community through our financial education programs in schools and free financial counseling for members in need. We're building a stronger community together.
When you're looking to broadcast your product, service, brand, or event to a large audience, Radigan Media can help.
Whether you need us to solve a short-term problem, manage a campaign, or run your whole marketing department, our team of experts can help you with whatever you need.
With popular FM brands in Corning, Elmira, Waverly, Sayre, Towanda, Owego, and Binghamton, chances are we have the reach you need.
Plus, we now have every mainstream format, from adult contemporary to hot adult contemporary, top 40, country, news talk, classic country, classic hits, and classic rock.
Radigan Media services every demographic, driving results for you. And if you're looking for something super targeted, our full suite of digital products can deliver the exact customer you're searching for.
So for your next event, bright idea, or maybe some brand awareness, start here. 17 signals, one team, locally owned and family operated.
Big enough to work, small enough to care.
Radigan Media.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to the stage here at the Sayre Theater as we've just completed the first match of the day between Northeast Bradford and Wyalusing. Two new fresh teams up on stage from Sullivan County and Wellsboro here at the Sayre Theater. The winner of this round will take on Wyalusing, and the winner of that match will head on to the final competition of the day today. We still have Athens, the second team from Northeast Bradford, Tioga and Spencer Van Etten waiting in the theater today for competition. It is 10:34, so we're making pretty good time here today. We want to welcome up on stage Wellsboro and Sullivan County. We will start by doing team introductions from Sullivan County. Good morning with Captain Elise Bohensky.
Hello, I'm Elise Bohensky. I am a cellist and currently am in my school's drama club and reading competition.
Excellent. Thank you, Elise. Hazel Barker.
Good morning. I'm in 8th grade. I do drama club, the school newspaper, middle level FBLA, reading competition, and I play alto saxophone, and I'm in our school's choir.
Excellent. Thank you, Hazel. And Amelia Spako.
Hi, I'm Amelia Spako. I'm 13 in 7th grade, and outside of school I do martial art.
Excellent. Thank you, Amelia. The Sullivan County Griffins Junior High School colors are red and white. Their team advisor is Deborah Lindner. Their school principal is Lynn Eberlin, and their superintendent is Douglas Lindner. They are on my left here, stage left of the theater. To my right are the Wellsboro Green Hornets Junior High team. School colors green and white. Team's captain is Fen Moyer. Good morning, Fen.
Hi, I'm Finn Moyer. I'm in 8th grade, and I enjoy soccer and track.
Very good. Thank you, Fen. And Lucas Baker.
Hello, I'm Lucas Baker. I enjoy soccer and playing football.
Very good. Thank you, Lucas. Peyton Beery.
Hi, I'm Peyton Beery, and I am in 7th grade, and I play basketball, volleyball, and softball.
Very good. And Haley Smith. Hang on just a second. Let's get that microphone. Go ahead. Let's check it. There you go.
Hi, my name is Haley Smith. I'm in 7th grade, and I play softball, soccer, and basketball.
Let's use this second to last mic real quick. Just, there you go.
Hi, my name is Haley Smith. I'm in 7th grade, and I play softball, soccer, and basketball.
All right. Thank you, Haley. All right. On the Wellsboro Green Hornets team, they also have team alternates of Katie Whitney, Ari Snyder. Their advisor is Jen Sporer, and Heather Steinbacher is acting as the advisor of the day. Their school principal is Rob Krieger, and the superintendent is Alana Huck. Again, that's the Wellsboro Green Hornets Junior High Green and White team. We'll have 30 questions between Wellsboro and Sullivan County. I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to swap out that microphone for a spare to make sure that we're all good to go, and we'll begin the questions when we come back on Scholarship Challenge.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
FCCB is proud to partner with Choice 102 for the 44th Annual Scholarship Challenge because they believe inspiring young minds is a mission that extends beyond the classroom. Today's students are tomorrow's leaders, and each has a gift to develop. By supporting local educational programs like Scholarship Challenge, FCCB is making an investment in the future. FCCB, committed to the communities they serve. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Dalton Williams, and I'd like to invite you to Williams Toyota of Sayre. We are proud to partner with our community with our continued focus on youth activities, healthcare initiatives, and helping those that need it most right here in the Valley. We offer a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere and make it easy to service your vehicle. You can comfortably wait in our newly renovated lounge with all the amenities to make you feel right at home. So visit us today in Sayre or online
You
at
hear me?
williamstoyota.com.
Oh, yeah, you hear me.
Step into a community that understands. The American Legion Post 42 in Towanda, welcoming past and current military members. You've honored your nation. Now serve your community. Join hands with fellow vets. Share stories and make a difference. At the Towanda American Legion, we're more than just a club. We're your second family. We advocate for better pay, improved housing, and proper medical care for veterans. All new members get their first year at no charge. Drop by at your convenience. Let's strengthen our bond of comradeship together. The American Legion Post 42, Towanda. We help get our vets the benefits they earned and deserve.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Well, we'd like to say that everything works all the time, but it's just like that student said earlier, working on the farm. It's kind of like working on the farm. We used to say in our family when we had a farm, you work on the farm in the morning, and then in the afternoon you fix what you broke that morning. That's kind of how it goes. We're all good now. We got our microphones are all checked out. We've got spares here, so we're good to go. All right, it's match 2. This will be round 1 between Wellsboro and Sullivan County. 10-point questions to get us started. Question 1. September 7th, 2022 marked the 200th anniversary of this country's independence and included a parade that included firefighters from the Emperor Don Pedro II Military College. Name this South American country once owned by Portugal, whose current president is Lula da Silva. Brazil. Question 2. During most of World War II, this system was implemented year-round. Later, it was put in place nationwide in 1966. Today, Hawaii and Arizona are the only states that don't observe what system, where clocks are set forward an hour? Fenmoyer?
Daylight savings time.
That's 10 points for Wellsboro. What is the main setting shared by Rudyard Kipling's novel Captains Courageous, C.S. Forester's novel about Captain Horatio Hornblower, Richard Henry Dana's 2 Years Before the Mast, and the Stephen Crane short story The Open Boat? The sea. Question 4. Give the word starting with V that might be posted outside a motel with empty rooms. Hazel Barker, Sullivan County.
Vacancy.
Vacancy is correct. That ties it up 10-10, Wellsboro, Sullivan County. What general physics setting is the What general physical setting is the background for the novels The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie, Goodbye Mr. Chips, a separate piece, and its sequel, Peace Breaks Out, Wonder, and all the Harry Potter novels? Fenmoyer?
School.
School is correct. 10 points for Wellsboro. What word completes the Leonardo da Vinci painting titles Blank of the Yarn Winder, Blank Lida, and Blank of the Carnation? Time is up. Nobody rang in. Madonna is the answer we're looking for. Question 7. Pencils and paper ready. Give the area of a triangle with a base of 14 feet and a height of 10 feet. Fenmoyer, Wellsboro.
70 feet.
70 feet is correct. Question 8. Milk and gasoline are examples of a
Back up. I think I know why. Feet squared.
So we have a discrepancy on the question number 7. 70 feet is what the answer was given as, and the correct answer is 70 feet squared, as you just said out loud. So I can't give the question to them because she gave everybody the answer. So what we got to do is take those points back for Wellsboro. So we're going to do 10 points back. I got that. And then I'm going to give you guys an extra question to replace that. Does that sound right to you, judges table? Just want to make sure we're all on the same page. I'll just tack it on to the end, if that's okay. Okay. All right, so we're going to continue with question 8. Milk and gasoline are examples of a commodity, or something so common that its purchase is based only on price, as no one cares which company made it. Spell the economics term commodity. Elise Bohensky, Sullivan County.
COMMIDITY.
That is incorrect. We'll repeat the question for Wellsboro. Milk and gasoline are examples of a commodity, or something so common that its purchase is based only on price, as no one cares which company made it. Spell the economics term commodity. No takers from Wellsboro. Commodity is spelled COMMODITY. Question 9. Landmarks in this nation include the Bungle Towers and the monolith known as Uluru, Uluru. Uluru. Okay, landmarks in this nation include the Bungle Towers and the monolith known as Uluru. Identify this country that includes Mount Kosciuszko and whose Great Victoria Desert includes the southern marsupial mole. Australia. Question 10. Author Nathaniel Hawthorne once lived in this city's Seven Gables house. Name this Massachusetts town where the deaths of 20 people in 1962, including Giles Corey, are explained in its which museum near its Fenmoyer?
Salem, Massachusetts.
Salem is correct. All right. That's technically only 9 questions, so I'm going to give you a 10th question to make up the replacement. I'm going to take that, judges, from the tiebreaker at the end of this match. Here we go. The last question of round 2. After the Pac-12 College Athletic Conference imploded in 2023, Stanford and Cal Berkeley then left the Pac-12 for what conference on America's eastern seaboard? That was the ACC, Atlantic Coast Conference. All right, that's 20 questions down between Wellsboro and Sullivan County. Wellsboro's in the lead, 30-0 when we come back. 10 questions left. Is that right? No. 20 questions left to go still. We'll have 10 pointers when we come back here on Scholarship Challenge.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
FCCB is proud to partner with Choice 102 for the 44th Annual Scholarship Challenge because they believe inspiring young minds is a mission that extends beyond the classroom. Today's students are tomorrow's leaders, and each has a gift to develop. By supporting local educational programs like Scholarship Challenge, FCCB is making an investment in the future. FCCB, committed to the communities they serve. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Dalton Williams, and I'd like to invite you to Williams Toyota of Sayre. We are proud to partner with our community with our continued focus on youth activities, healthcare initiatives, and helping those that need it most right here in the Valley. We offer a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere and make it easy to service your vehicle. You can comfortably wait in our newly renovated lounge with all the amenities to make you feel right at home. So visit us today in Sayre or online at williamstoyotaofsayre.com.
Driving down the road, tuning in my dial. Local radio playing songs with style. DJ's voice echoes through the countryside. Rhythm and beats taking me for a ride. Yeah, yeah. Local radio, playing those songs you lift my spirit high. Local radio, on you I rely.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to the Sayre Theater as we are in Middle School Challenge today, the middle school version of Scholarship Challenge. On stage with us is Wellsboro, Sullivan County. Wellsboro is currently in the lead, 30-0, 10 questions in. Earlier in the day, our first match was between Northeast Bradford and Wyalusing. Wyalusing came out on top of that one. The winner of this match between Sullivan County and Wellsboro will face Wyalusing here shortly on the Sayre Theater stage. Let's continue in match 2 with round 2. 10 more questions worth 10 points apiece. In the 2023 movie Elemental, which main fire character is voiced by Leah Lewis? Elise Bohensky, Sullivan County.
Ember.
Ember is correct. Question 12. This object can be drilled into by a well to remove its water and then recharged over time by precipitation. Give the term for this location beneath a water table where groundwater is stored within the porous rock between Earth's surface and a layer of impermeable rock. Time is up. Aquifer, the answer we were looking for. Question 13. Originally slated to replace Sandra Day O'Connor when she retired, she instead ended up replacing William Rehnquist after he died. Name this jurist who recently completed his 18th year as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Time is up. John Roberts. Question 14. Ray Bradbury's novel Death is a Lonely Business is a murder mystery set in Venice, a west side suburb of what major U.S. city on the Pacific Ocean? Los Angeles. Question 15. Complete this album title by the Canadian singer Drake, blank, Loverboy. Hazel Barker, Sullivan County.
Certified.
Certified is correct. It's 30-20 now. Wellsboro in the lead over Sullivan County by 1 question. Stillborn at birth, this artist was revived by his uncle blowing cigar smoke in his face. After moving from his native Spain, he co-developed the Cubist movement after going through blue and rose periods. What artist depicted the horror of the Spanish Civil War in his massive painting, Guernica? Pablo Picasso. Question 17. Name the longtime coach of the NFL's Seattle Seahawks. Pete Carroll. Question 18. What word ending in the letters TTA is a soft cheese used in making lasagna? Emily Spako, Sullivan County.
Feta?
That is incorrect. We will repeat the question for Wellsboro. What word ending in the letters Haley Smith, Wellsboro? She said ricotta. And that is the correct word. However, Irene, are you on your way here? Okay. Irene's going to correct everybody right. You got it right. You get the points. Yeah, well, I'm going to have you do it because this was a big topic at dinner last night. What is the correct answer? You have it correct. What is?
Wait, is there anybody in the audience that's Italian? Who speaks Italian? Nobody? Just me?
Just you, my dear.
Oh,
Please,
boy.
school us all, because I know this is killing you.
It's ricotta. That's how you say it. It's not ricotta.
Does everybody have that now? Because I know we weren't going to be able to move forward until we had that. Great job, Haley Smith. All right, we're moving on. Question 19. It got a pavilion built for it to mark its 300th anniversary in 1920. Give the two-word name of this Massachusetts object, a part of which is located in its namesake town and considered to mark the place where the Pilgrims landed in 1620. Peyton Beery, Wellsboro.
Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth Rock is correct. Final question this round. Name the member of Britain's royal family who tells how he reacted to his mother Diana's death in his 2023 memoir, Spare. Elise Bohensky, Sullivan County.
Prince Harry.
Prince Harry is correct. That's 20 questions between Wellsboro and Sullivan County. Wellsboro's in the lead, 50-20. When we come back, 10 more questions worth 20 points apiece. Anything can happen here on Scholarship Challenge. It's the middle school edition.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
One of the area's most respected law firms is also a longtime supporter of Scholarship Challenge. Attorneys R. Joseph Landy and Damian M. Rossetti wish all of today's participants a rewarding, positive experience. Founded more than 60 years ago by Robert J. Landy, the Landy and Rossetti Law Firm specializes in criminal defense, wrongful death, personal injury, estate planning, gas and mineral rights, civil and commercial litigation, real estate, commercial transactions, and family law. Landy and Rossetti on Desmond Street in downtown Sayre.
At C&N, we know life is full of ands. There's tuition and books, down payments and renovations, car loans and repairs, babies and kids, and more kids. Whether you're just starting out or thinking about retirement, our products, services, and expertise will prepare you for all of life's ands. For a bank that's personal and professional, visit cnbankpa.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Tuning in and listening to the news, hearing what's happening with local views. Across the country or in my town, I tune in to find out what's going down. Hey, hey. Local radio, keeping me informed in my community. Local radio, local radio, local radio creates unity.
Picture this, a brighter financial future that's just a conversation away. At IRFCU, we're not just a credit union, we're your financial ally. Imagine having access to expert financial counseling tailored just for you. And the best part, it's absolutely free for our members. Whether you're saving for your home, planning for the future, visit IRFCU online at IngersollRandFCU.com or stop into our nearest branch. Ready for a financial glow-up? Look no further than Ingersoll Rand Federal Credit Union. We've got great rates for your life. Whether it's for your dream home or a new ride, we've got your back. Easily access your IRFCU accounts with our mobile app. View balances, deposit checks, and move money with just a tap. Your money, your way. Here at IRFCU, we are committed to our community through our financial education programs in schools and free financial counseling for members in need. We're building a stronger community together.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to Scholarship Challenge, live from the Sayre Theater stage. I want to say thanks to the Bradford County Regional Arts Council for allowing us to host this wonderful program on their beautiful stage here at the Sayre Theater. Bradford County Regional Arts Council is a non-profit organization that operates the Sayre Theater in Sayre and the Keystone Theater in Towanda. There are movies shown almost every day. You can check out the times online or on their beautiful marquee out front, or call the box office. But check out the Sayre Theater and the Keystone Theater and the other wonderful programs that the Bradford County Regional Arts Council puts on throughout the course of the year. So big thanks to Jessica Saviano and the whole crew at Bradford County Regional Arts Council for having us here. Up on stage, we have the Wellsboro Rock Butler Middle School Hornets. Is that right? Rock Butler? What is it? Rock L. Butler Middle School Hornets. Okay. And the Sullivan County Junior High Griffins joining us. Currently, Wellsboro is in the lead, 50-20. I've got 10 more questions left between these two teams. They're worth now 20 points apiece as we head into the third round. Teams, are you ready? All right, here we go. Some 70% of these animals now live in the forests of India, where they hunt by themselves instead of in packs like lions. Name this largest member of the cat family. Van Moyer?
Tiger.
Tiger is correct. That's 20 points for Wellsboro. Wellsboro now in the lead 70-20 over Sullivan County. Question 22. The discovery that Polaris, the North Star, actually consists of multiple stars is credited to what British astronomer who also discovered the planet Uranus? It is still the middle school edition after all. Sir William Herschel. Question 23. Pencils and paper ready. Give the largest integer whose cube root is less than 5. $124. Question 24. Though he had 3 wives named Cornelia, Pompeia, and Calpurnia, his only son was with Cleopatra, and that son was killed by this man's adopted son Octavian. Name this leader who, just a month after declaring himself dictator for life, was assassinated by several Roman senators on March 15, 44 BC. Hazel Barker, Sullivan County.
Julius Caesar.
Correct. That's 20 points for Sullivan County, now 70-40. Wellsboro in the lead. Question 25. This key is used by Bizet in the Toreador song from his opera Carmen, Bach in his first 2 Brandenburg concertos, and by Sousa in his Liberty Bell March. Identify this musical key whose key signature is 1 flat and whose scale on a piano starts with the 3rd white key above C. F major. Question 26, between Wellsboro and Sullivan County. Wellsboro in the lead. Give the soccer term for a player jumping in the air and then kicking the ball back over his own head. Haley Smith, Wellsboro.
A bicycle kick?
Correct. This word can mean to place something into the ground so it won't move, or to attach something to a wall by using tape or other adhesive. Give this 5-letter word for a small piece of wood burned in a campfire. Haley Smith, Wellsboro.
Stick.
Stick is correct. Question 28. Like the kidney, this organ can develop stones. If needed, this organ can be removed in a procedure called Haley Smith, Wellsboro.
Tonsils.
Incorrect. We'll repeat the question for Sullivan County. Like the kidney, this organ can develop stones. If needed, this organ can be removed in a procedure called a cholecystectomy. Cholecystectomy. Identify this organ just below your liver that stores excess bile from the liver. Elise Bohensky, Sullivan County.
Gallbladder.
Gallbladder is correct. Question 29. Give the agriculture term for a female hog that has produced at least 1 litter of pigs. Hazel Barker, Sullivan County.
A sow?
Correct. Scores 100 to 80. Wellsboro's in the lead. These are 20-point questions. Measurement of this quantity may be made with a hydrometer. Increasing pressure increases this quantity slightly because the material becomes more packed together. Identify this physical quantity represented by the Greek letter RHO, 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 and defined as mass per unit volume. Time is up. The answer we're looking for is density. That's the end of this match between Wellsboro and Sullivan County. Wellsboro wins it by 1 question, 100 to 80. Great job by Sullivan County and Wellsboro. I want to thank you both for participating here today and doing a great job up on stage. Wellsboro, you'll stay right where you are while Lusing will come up, and we'll have the match between Wellsboro and Wyalusing to see who is going to play the other half of our teams here today. Stick around. It's the middle school edition of Scholarship Challenge.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
Now is the time to tackle debt with the Guthrie Community Credit Union. Transfer high-interest balances to a GCCU Visa credit card and save. Guthrie's Visa credit card features 0% APR for 12 months with no balance transfer or annual card fees. It could be a great way to consolidate and pay off high-interest debt sooner and for less. Apply online at GuthrieFCU.org and start your journey towards financial freedom. Certain restrictions apply. Membership eligibility is required. Guthrie Community Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender.
One of the most respected and appreciated businesses in the Valley community is Jeff Paul Plumbing, Heating, and Electric.
Serving residential and commercial customers for over 40 years. They started small and have continued to expand to meet the needs of the Twin Tiers.
Offering high-quality service with a personal touch. There's one goal at Jeff Paul: your complete satisfaction.
For plumbing, heating, and electrical, call Jeff Paul.
Effective ads, grabbing my attention. Commercials so good, they deserve a mention. Local radio hits power shows every day, making businesses grow. Hey, hey. Local radio works so well, makes me wanna buy. Local radio, boosting our businesses into the sky.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to Scholarship Challenge here on the Sayre Theater stage. All right. We are heading into a new match. Kevin, I've got a buzzer locked on here. Is it? Yeah, hang on just a second here. All right, we've been doing Scholarship Challenge for 44 years here from the Sayre Theater, and we have quite a system here to do everything. It's very advanced and very well built, but it's showing its age just a little bit, and so it keeps us on our toes from time to time. But the bottom line is we couldn't do it without it. And so we want to thank Larry for supporting us here throughout all these years. The original engineer for Scholarship Challenge is still here. The only person who's ever been to the most amount of Scholarship Challenge shows here, so we appreciate that. Everything's underway here. We did make a team substitution on Wellsboro, who remains up on stage. So what we did here, let me just check my notes. What did we do here, guys? Okay, let's turn Fen Moyer's microphone on for just a second here, and explain that to me one more time.
So Katie Whitney came in for Peyton Beery, and Ari Snyder came in for Lucas Baker.
Got it. All right. Ari Snyder, you said? Okay, I got you down here. We are good to go. All right. So this is a new match here up on stage. Wellsboro remains up here as they just won in the match against Sullivan County. Wyalusing comes back up on stage. They won against Northeast Bradford's first team earlier today. So now we have Wyalusing and Wellsboro up on stage. The winner of this match will go into the final competition of the day. Still to come, Athens, Northeast Bradford's second team, Tioga, and Spencer Van Etten. A reminder that the concession stand is open at the front of the theater if you'd like to get beverages or snacks. And we also have coming up in about 20 minutes, Sam's Bar and Grill is going to be providing us with some pizzas for lunch for our middle school students and our audience here in the theater. Should be enough for everybody, so help yourselves when that arrives here in about 20 minutes. All right, let's get underway here. We've already done introductions through each team this morning. Fen Moyer, Ari Snyder, Katie Whitney, Haley Smith, Griffin Sheldon, Marshall Houston, Connor Earl, Wyalusing. We haven't actually got a chance to meet Ari or Katie, so why don't we do a quick introduction there. Ari Snyder from Wellsboro. Say hi, and what are you up to?
Hi, my name is Ari. I'm 12 years old, and I enjoy playing piano and reading.
Excellent. Thank you, Ari. And next to Ari is Katie Whitney joining us on stage, a substitution on the Wellsboro team.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm in 7th grade, and I'm in band for saxophone and percussion, and I play track.
Excellent. Thank you both for joining us up on stage here, part of the Wellsboro Hornets team. Let's get into the match now. Wyalusing Junior High Rams and the Wellsboro Middle School Hornets. I've got 30 questions. We'll start with the first 10. It is round 1, 10 points apiece. Both Stonewall Jackson and Woodrow Wilson had this first name. What first name is shared by the current Kentucky Congressman Connor Earl? Wyalusing.
Andrew.
That is incorrect. We'll repeat the question for Wellsboro. Both Stonewall Jackson and Woodrow Wilson had this first name. What first name is shared by the current Kentucky Congressman Massey, the author Payne, the inventor Edison, and the president Jefferson? Fen Moyer, Wellsboro.
Thomas.
Thomas is correct. Question number 2. A political campaign may operate one to get people signed up to vote, while a charity may use one to raise money. This word that means a baseball hit really hard and really far often follows the word disc in computers. What 5-letter word for the long shot hit off a golf tee also means to operate a car? Ari Snyder, Wellsboro.
Drive.
Drive is the word we were looking for. Correct. Question number 3. After coaching Jackson State to an excellent record in 2022, he began a rebuilding job at the University of Colorado in 2023. Identify this Pro Football Hall of Famer. Marshall Houston, Wyalusing.
Deion Sanders.
Correct. Question 4. Types of this creature are spread among 3 phyla: flat or platy. Excuse me. Oh, good Lord. I tell you. All right, types of this creature are spread amongst 3 phyla: flat or platyhelminths, just pretend that I said that correctly, round or nematoda, and segmented or annelida.
Worms?
Fenmoyer, Wellsboro, saving my bacon. Yes. It's not so much the answer on Scholarship Challenge, but knowing what I'm trying to say. Good job, buddy. Question number 5. Give the word starting with U that is the state of being without a weapon.
Unarmed.
Katie Whitney, Wellsboro, unarmed is correct. Question 6. The association devoted to this body part lists more than 50 possible problems it can develop, including asbestosis, mesothelioma, and cystic fibrosis. Identify this body part that is also subject to COPD, pneumonia, bronchitis, and asthma. Fenmoyer, Wellsboro.
Lungs?
Lungs, correct. Question 7. What 20th century American poet's poem collection north of Boston includes his poems The Death of the Hired Man and Mending Wall? Robert Frost. It's 50-0 right now. Wellsboro in the lead over Wyalusing. Question number 8. Named from the Greek for pale green, what gaseous element is used to purify water, especially in a swimming pool? Katie Whitney, Wellsboro.
Chlorine. Chlorine.
Chlorine is correct. Question 9. He was the first man ever to receive an Emmy. He was the first man ever to receive an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. Name this American composer who wrote his best-known Broadway shows Oklahoma and The Sound of Music with Oscar Hammerstein II. Richard Rogers and Hammerstein. Question 10. Often cooked on a plate called a komal. This object is commonly made from one of 2 materials. One of those materials is often seen in enchiladas and tostadas, while the other is often seen in chimichangas and burritos. Name this Mexican grain. Griffin Sheldon, Wyalusing.
Rice.
That is incorrect. We'll repeat the question for Wellsboro. Often cooked on a plate called a komal. This object is commonly made from one of 2 materials. One of those materials is often seen in enchiladas and tostadas, while the other is often seen in chimichangas and burritos. Name this Mexican grain product made from either corn or flour. Ari Snyder, Wellsboro.
Tortilla.
Tortilla is correct. All right, that's the end of round 1 between these two. That means 10 questions down, 20 to go when we come back. Wellsboro is currently in the lead, 70 points, Wyalusing minus 10. Anything can still happen with all these questions to go here, so stay tuned to Scholarship Challenge, the middle school edition.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
Ready for a financial glow-up? Look no further than Ingersoll Rand Federal Credit Union. We've got great rates for your life. Whether it's for your dream home or a new ride, we've got your back. Easily access your IRFCU accounts with our mobile app. View balances, deposit checks, and move money with just a tap. Your money, your way. Here at IRFCU, we are committed to our community through our financial education programs in schools and free financial counseling for members in need. We're building a stronger community together.
When you're looking to broadcast your product, service, brand, or event to a large audience, Radigan Media can help.
Whether you need us to solve a short-term problem, manage a campaign, or run your whole marketing department, our team of experts can help you with whatever you need.
With popular FM brands in Corning, Elmira, Waverly, Waverly, Sayre, Towanda, Owego, and Binghamton, chances are we have the reach you need.
Plus, we now have every mainstream format, from adult contemporary to hot adult contemporary, top 40, country, news talk, classic country, classic hits, and classic rock.
Radigan Media services every demographic, driving results for you. And if you're looking for something super targeted, our full suite of digital products can deliver the exact customer you're searching for.
So for your next event, bright idea, or maybe some brand awareness, start here. 17 signals, one team, locally owned and family operated.
Big enough to work, small enough to care.
Radigan Media.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to the Sayre Theater as we ask a whole bunch of questions here this morning. It's called Scholarship Challenge, and it involves a great number, many of schools between New York and Pennsylvania. And this is our 5th week broadcasting it here on this Radigan Media station in all 17 signals between Corning, Binghamton, Waverly, Sayre, and Towanda, Wysock. So we want to thank you for tuning in to our community service program that we do every year. This is week 5 of 6. Next week, we'll be back to high school, and it will be the finals here on Scholarship Challenge. We contain the middle school edition to just one day, and that is today. It's a slightly longer broadcast day than usual. So far, we've had matches between Northeast Bradford, Wyalusing, Wyalusing winning that one, Sullivan County and Wellsboro winning that one, and now up on stage we have Wellsboro and Wyalusing facing off against one another. Still to come, Athens and a second team from Northeast Bradford, Tioga and Spencer Van Etten, to be up on stage for a fresh start here today. So stick around for that as we continue with Scholarship Challenge today, the middle school edition. We're on our 3rd match of the day. We're entering into the 2nd round of this match, which means 10 more questions, 10 points apiece. Teams, are you ready? All right, let's continue. Question number 11. A musical staff using the treble clef has 5 lines and 4 spaces. Counting from the top, tell which note is the 2nd line. Ari Snyder, Wellsboro.
E.
That is incorrect. We'll ask the question again for Wyalusing. A musical staff using the treble clef has 5 lines and 4 spaces. Counting from the top, tell which note is the 2nd line. Griffin Sheldon, Wyalusing.
G.
That is also incorrect. Answer we were looking for, D. Question number 12. Though it was a Jesuit colony for a while, Catholics in this city were later martyred by the Tokugawa shogunate. Identify this Japanese city, the home of a Chinese factory, and later the site of a major shipbuilding facility that shared a sad fate with Hiroshima in August 1945. Nagasaki. Question 13. What kind of animal was the Hanna-Barbera cartoon character Yogi, who eats food from picnic baskets? Fen Moyer, Wellsboro.
Bear.
Bear is correct. Question 14. After losing 4-0 to Japan in the first round in 2023, this country defeated fellow European powers Switzerland, Holland, and Sweden to reach the finals. Name this country whose women's soccer team then won the 2023 World Cup by defeating England on a goal by Olga Carmona. Katie Whitney, Wellsboro.
Russia.
Repeat, please.
Russia.
That is incorrect. We'll repeat the question for Wyalusing. After losing 4-0 to Japan in the first round in 2023, this country defeated fellow European powers Switzerland, Holland, and Sweden to reach the finals. Name this country whose women's soccer team then won the 2023 World Cup by defeating England on a goal by Olga Carmona. Spain. Question 15. Spell the word compliment as in I compliment you on your excellent work. Connor Earl Wyalusing.
C-C-O-M-P-L-I-M-E-N-T.
Correct. Question 16. In 1608, French explorer Samuel de Champlain founded what French-speaking Canadian province? Quebec. A. Couldn't help it. Pencils and paper ready. Evaluate the expression A over B if A is the product of x to the 6th and x to the 5th, and B is the cube root of x to the 21st. No takers. X to the 4th. Question 18. What transportation method is used by the wizard to both enter and exit the land of Oz, though he can't take Dorothy along when leaving because the ropes holding it to the Fenmoyer, Wellsboro?
Balloon?
Balloon is correct. Question 19. This country's most recent spacecraft included instruments for measuring mineral composition when it left the country's Andhra Pradesh state. Identify this country that in 2023 became the 4th to land a spacecraft on the moon when its Chandrayaan-3 craft landed near the moon's south pole. India. Question 20. Between Wellsboro and Wyalusing, the characters in what tragic Old Testament oratorio by Handel include the title character's father, Manoah, a Philistine woman, and the title character's treacherous wife? Time is up. Samson, the answer we were looking for. That's the end of the second round in this third match between Wellsboro and Wyalusing. Another quick break. When we come back, 10 questions left, 20 points apiece. The current score, 70 to -10. Wellsboro's in the lead on Scholarship Challenge.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
FCCB is proud to partner with Choice 102 for the 44th Annual Scholarship Challenge because they believe inspiring young minds is a mission that extends beyond the classroom. Today's students are tomorrow's leaders, and each has a gift to develop. By supporting local educational programs like Scholarship Challenge, FCCB is making an investment in the future. FCCB, committed to the communities they serve. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Dalton Williams, and I'd like to invite you to Williams Toyota of Sayre. We are proud to partner with our community with our continued focus on youth activities, healthcare initiatives, and helping those that need it most right here in the Valley. We offer a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere and make it easy to service your vehicle. You can comfortably wait in our newly renovated lounge with all the amenities to make you feel right at home. So visit us today in Sayre or online at williamstoyotaofsayre.com.
Step into a community that understands. The American Legion Post 42 in Towanda, welcoming past and current military members. You've honored your nation. Now serve your community. Join hands with fellow vets. Share stories and make a difference. At the Towanda American Legion, we're more than just a club. We're your second family. We advocate for better pay, improved housing, and proper medical care for veterans. All new members get their first year at no charge. Drop by at your convenience. Let's strengthen our bond of comradeship together. The American Legion Post 42, Towanda. We help get our vets the benefits they earned and deserve.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Thanks for joining us today at the Sayre Theater, whether you're in person, watching the stream on our Facebook Choice 102 page or the Scholarship Challenge YouTube channel, or listening on one of our 17 Radigan Media Group stations stations. We appreciate you participating from wherever you are in Scholarship Challenge today. Always a fun program to play along with at home. People have been doing that for 44 years now. And this is, I believe, my 4th year hosting the program, and very honored to be able to do so. Only one of 3 people ever to host this program. It is quite an honor. We are joined on stage at the moment by Wellsboro and Wyalusing. They've gone through 20 questions together here up on stage. The current score on this match is Wellsboro in the lead with 70 over Wyalusing, who's trailing -10 right now. Anything is still possible here at Scholarship Challenge, because as I turn the page and we enter into the 3rd round between these two teams, the points now go up. Each question becomes worth 20 points apiece. There is a 10-point penalty for any incorrect answer, so really anything can happen. I'll keep you posted on the score as it changes throughout this last round. It's 10 questions between Wellsboro and Wyalusing, and the winner of this competition goes on to face off the winner of our next half of the bracket here as we reach the midway point in our broadcast today here at 11:30. Continuing on now, both teams ready? Here we go, Wellsboro and Wyalusing. Question 21, worth 20 points. As president of the colony in Jamestown, he helped save the others by putting a compulsory work program into effect. Name this English captain who explored the Chesapeake Bay after his life was saved by Chief Powhatan's daughter Pocahontas. That was Captain John Smith. Question 22. This planet's orbit is the beginning of an era called the Kuiper Belt. With moons named for sea gods and goddesses of myth, it is named for the Roman god of the sea. Connor Earl, Wyalusing.
Neptune.
Neptune is correct. That takes Wyalusing from -10 to 10, still trailing to Wellsboro's 70. Question 23. Belgium's King Leopold II became enormously rich in the early 1900s from 2 natural resources in Congo and the slaves who harvested them. Name either of these 2 resources, one from animals, the other from trees. Ari Snyder, Wellsboro.
Wood.
Wood is not correct. I'll repeat the question for Wyalusing. Belgium's King Leopold II became enormously rich in the early 1900s from 2 natural resources in Congo and the slaves who harvested them. Name either of these 2 resources, one from animals and the other from trees. Time is up. We would have accepted either rubber or ivory. Question 24. What Madeleine L'Engle novels characters include Meg and Charles Wallace, Mrs. Who, Mrs. Whatsit, and Mrs. Which? A Wrinkle in Time. Question 25. Avocado and lemon juice can be combined to make what popular dip for chips? Connor Earl, Wyalusing.
Guacamole.
Guacamole is correct. 20 more points for Wyalusing. It's now 60 to 30. Wellsboro in the lead by a question and a half. Question 26. The 19th century national and Michigan roads went through this city built on the White River, where Benjamin Harrison lived when he was elected president in 1888. Name this Midwest state capital that is home to a 500-mile car race each Memorial Day weekend. Fenmoyer, Wellsboro.
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis is the correct answer. Wellsboro stays in the lead 80 to 30 over Wyalusing. Question 27. In 2023, this company admitted it's lost a lot of money for going woke. Name this entertainment company with a strong base in Florida that after its... Connor Earl, Wyalusing.
Disney.
Disney is correct. Still only a question and a half lead. Wellsboro 80, Wyalusing 50. Question 28. Pencils and paper ready. using pi as needed, give the volume in cubic feet of a right circular cylinder 5 feet tall with a base of radius 4 feet. Fenmoyer, Wellsboro.
pi cubic feet.
That's absolutely correct. It's 100-50 now with Wellsboro in the lead. 2 questions remaining. In 1939, 9 years after his most famous work, he painted Parson Weems' fable that features a young George Washington. Name this painter most famous for his depiction of his sister Nan and his dentist Dr. McKeeby in the painting American Gothic. No takers on that one. The answer, Grant Wood. Final question, what colorful giant and very old species of tree seen most in California and China contains enough tannin to keep insects from destroying it? Connor Earl, Wyalusing.
A sequoia.
That is incorrect. We'll repeat the question for Wellsboro.
Redwood.
Redwood is correct. Good job, Fenmoyer. Back and forth till the very last question there. Wellsboro wins over Wyalusing with an excellent effort from Wyalusing and a good lead in the beginning there. Final score 120-40. Our thanks to the Wyalusing Rams for joining us here at Scholarship Challenge Middle School Edition today. Wellsboro now is going to take a break from the stage and hang out for a while as we welcome up Athens and Northeast Bradford's second team of the day to join us in competition here on the Sayre Theater stage. It's Scholarship Challenge, the Middle School Edition.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
FCCB is proud to partner with Choice 102 for the 44th Annual Scholarship Challenge because they believe inspiring young minds is a mission that extends beyond the classroom. Today's students are tomorrow's leaders, and each has a gift to develop. By supporting local educational programs like Scholarship Challenge, FCCB is making an investment in the future. FCCB, committed to the communities they serve. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Dalton Williams, and I'd like to invite you to Williams Toyota of Sayre. We are proud to partner with our community with our continued focus on youth activities, healthcare initiatives, and helping those that need it most right here in the Valley. We offer a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere and make it easy to service your vehicle. You can comfortably wait in our newly renovated lounge with all the amenities to make you feel right at home. So visit us today in Sayre or online at williamstoyotaofsayre.com.
Driving down the road, tuning in my dial. Local radio playing songs with style. DJ's voice echoes through the countryside. Rhythm and beats taking me for a ride. Yeah, yeah. Local radio, playing those songs you lift my spirit high. Local radio, on you I rely.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to the stage after a quick change up here on stage and me spilling my drink on my shirt just to have something to do. We're good to go here, and we have on stage with us the Harlan Row Wildcats from Athens, and we have the second team from Northeast Bradford, the Panthers, up on stage. Two fresh teams who have been watching all the action unfold here this morning. So we are about to continue. So what we're going to do first is do introductions with these two teams, starting in alphabetical order with the Harlan Row Wildcats from Athens, team captain Carter Woodward.
Hi, my name's Carter, and in my spare time I like building Legos and making machines and watching TV.
Sounds just like me. Thanks, Carter. Allie Kemp.
Hi, I'm Allie Kemp, and I'm in 8th grade, and I enjoy playing basketball and soccer, and I play the violin.
Very good. Thank you, Allie. Cheyenne Enkum.
Hi, my name is Cheyenne Enkum, and I like playing soccer. I play the piano, and I also play the drums.
Very good. Thank you, Cheyenne. Those are your three Athens Wildcats from Harlan Row Middle School. Joining us to the left side of the stage, Northeast Bradford's team number 2 of the day, the Panthers, led by Captain Anthony Holmes.
My name is Anthony Holmes. I'm in 7th grade, and in my spare time I like to do airsoft and swimming.
Very nice. Thank you, Anthony. Julia Keeney.
Hi, I'm Julia Keeney. I play soccer and softball and play the clarinet.
Very good. Thank you, Julia. Ethan Parkhurst.
Hi, I'm Ethan Parkhurst, and I like playing the trumpet and alto saxophone.
Very good. And to our far stage left is Indigo Lake.
Hello, my name is Indigo Lake. I'm a 7th grader in the Northeast Bradford School District, and I like playing drums in my spare time.
Very good. Thank you, Indigo. Shout out to team advisor Jennifer Babcock. Amy Brown is the school principal. Matt Holmes is the superintendent of Northeast Bradford Junior High Panthers. And for Athens, the team advisor is Tanya Akla. School principal is Jim Schmieg and Corey Mosier, and superintendent Craig Stage. I want to thank all the participants joining us today at Scholarship Challenge. And, of course, these two teams now ready to take off in this competition to find out who's going to play up against Wellsboro here a little bit later in the broadcast. Let's get down to questions. It's a fresh match, so 30 fresh questions. We're back to 10 pointers. Teams, are you ready? All right, here we go. Which musical group had a recent hit on the Billboard Hot 100 called I Ain't Worried? Cheyenne Enkum, Athens.
AJR.
Incorrect. We'll ask the question again for Northeast Bradford to see if you listen to 94 Rock. Which musical group had a recent hit on the Billboard Hot 100 called I Ain't Worried? One Republic. Question 2. The 5 floors of this building include the Brumidi Corridors, the National Statuary Hall, the Rotunda, and the Old Senate Chamber. Identify this neoclassical Washington, D.C. building that, like the White House, was burned by the British during the War of 1812. Audience, want to take a guess? U.S. Capitol. 10 points for the audience. Question 3. When the Pac-12 College Athletic Conference basically imploded in 2023, USC and UCLA had already planned to leave and join what conference instead? Carter Woodward, Athens.
The ACC?
Incorrect. We'll ask the question again for Northeast Bradford. When the Pac-12 College Athletic Conference basically imploded in 2023, USC and UCLA had already planned to leave and join what conference instead? Time is up. Big Ten is what we were looking for there. Question 4. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system, even though what planet is actually closer to the sun? Carter Woodward, Athens.
Mercury.
Mercury is correct. Question 5. On a scatter plot, this type of point may indicate that a data point was not properly recorded or that the point is an important exception to the situation seen elsewhere in the plot. Give the term for a point far away from all other points on the plot. Outlier. Question 6 between Athens Wildcats and Northeast Bradford Panthers. Give the word starting with S that is an unmarked ruler used along with a compass in geometry to make constructions. Straight edge. Question 7. Scott Odell's title character, Zia, is the niece of the girl Karana, who appears in what most famous novel of his? Island of the Blue Dolphins. Question 8. Explored by John Wesley Powell, what present-day national park has bus service to Pipe Creek Overlook, a bike rental place called Bright Angel, and lodging along its north rim and south rim some 75 miles northwest of Phoenix, Arizona? Carter Woodward, Athens.
Yellowstone?
Incorrect. We'll ask the question again for Northeast Bradford. Explored by John Wesley Powell, what present-day national park has bus service to Pipe Creek Overlook, a bike rental place called Bright Angel, and lodging along its north rim and south rim some 75 miles northwest of Phoenix, Arizona? Julia Keeney, Northeast Bradford.
Grand Canyon?
Grand Canyon is correct. Question 9. Ketchup and mayonnaise combine to make a dip commonly used with what fast food staple? French fry sauce. Question 10. The first person to receive this title was Minamoto Yorimoto in 1192 AD, who established the Kamakura government. From then on, including the year 1600, when Tokugawa Ieyasu obtained this title, until 1867. Then Yoshinobu was forced to give up the title. What six-letter title was held by the de facto ruler of Japan? Shogun. That's 10 questions between Athens and Northeast Bradford. Northeast Bradford is in the lead, 10. Athens trails, minus 20. We've got 20 questions when we come back here on Scholarship Challenge, the middle school edition.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
One of the area's most respected law firms is also a longtime supporter of Scholarship Challenge. Attorneys R. Joseph Landy and Damian M. Rossetti wish all of today's participants a rewarding, positive experience. Founded more than 60 years ago by Robert J. Landy, the Landy and Rossetti Law Firm specializes in criminal defense, wrongful death, personal injury, estate planning, gas and mineral rights, civil and commercial litigation, real estate, commercial transactions, and family law. Landy and Rossetti on Desmond Street in downtown Sayre.
At C&N, we know life is full of ands. There's tuition and books, down payments and renovations, car loans and repairs, babies and kids, and more kids. Whether you're just starting out or thinking about retirement, our products, services, and expertise will prepare you for all of life's ands. For a bank that's personal and professional, visit cnbankpa.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Tuning in and listening to the news, hearing what's happening with local views across the country or in my town. I tune in to find out what's going down. Hey, hey. Local radio, keeping me informed in my community. Local radio, local radio. Local radio creates unity.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to the Sayre Theater. We're on our fourth match of the day, and the second round of questions about to undergo here with Athens and Northeast on stage. Bit of a long broadcast day, but it's totally worth it. We do enjoy Scholarship Challenge so much that as our company has grown here at Radigan Media, we've added Scholarship Challenge to the broadcast lineup at each and every one of our stations. So we appreciate you hopefully enjoying the broadcast along with us today. Hopefully it's as much fun to listen to as it is to put together. Always some twists and some turns, and that's what's fun about it. And of course, showcasing the incredible talent of these young students here up on stage. These are middle school students today. Normally what you've been hearing over the last 4 weeks are high school students. So very impressive to see these middle school students face such tough questions and do so well with them. Let's continue now between Athens and Northeast Bradford. A reminder to our audience that we can hear everybody in the audience. So if you are playing along in the audience and you know an answer, keep it in your head, please, because even if you whisper it, when there's no other sound in the theater, we might be able to hear you up on stage. So just a reminder there. Let's go on into the second round between Athens and Northeast. 10 more questions, 10 points apiece. Give the term for the difficult task of parking your car along a sidewalk if your car doesn't do it for you.
Parallel parking?
That is correct. Cheyenne Ancom, Athens.
Yay.
Yay is right.
Yay.
Good job. Question 12. As a verb, this word means to narrowly avoid by going around the edge of something, like a narrow ledge or a sensitive conversation topic. At a restaurant, this word is the type of steak used when making fajitas. Give this 5-letter word that in women's fashion is often paired with a blouse and may come in different lengths, including mini. Allie Kemp, Athens.
Skirt.
Skirt is correct. Question 13. Jeanette Rankin, the first woman elected to Congress, was massively outvoted in 1917 when she voted against the U.S., entering what major armed conflict? World War I. Question 14. The femur, patella, and ulna are all part of what system of your body that can break if you're not careful? Anthony Holmes, Northeast Bradford.
Skeletal system?
Skeletal system is correct. Question 15. Northeast Bradford in the lead, 20-0 over Athens. King Nabis was the last king of this city-state before it joined Greece and was then conquered by Rome. Name this city-state that defeated Athens in the Peloponnesian War. Sparta. Question 16. This time signature is used in many jigs, as well as the nursery rhyme Hickory Dickory Dock and the Queen song We Are the Champions. Identify this simplest compound time signature in music, often conducted in 2 beats per measure, with beats combined into sets of 3. Carter Woodward, Athens.
Tempo?
Incorrect. We'll repeat the question for Northeast Bradford. This time signature is used in many jigs, as well as the nursery rhyme Hickory Dickory Dock and the Queen song We Are the Champions. Identify this simplest compound time signature in music, often conducted in 2 beats per measure, with beats combined into sets of 3. Six, 8. Question 17. What item that comes in digital, analog, and infrared types can be designed to measure the temperature of specific things like salt water or the human body? Carter Woodward, Athens.
Thermometer?
Correct. Northeast Bradford still in the lead, now 20-0. Athens coming out of negative territory. Pencils and paper ready. Solve for z. If minus 4z plus 3 is less than 19. Time is up. Nobody rang in. Z is greater than -4. Question 19, between Athens and Northeast Bradford. This scientist found what antiseptics work well on surface skin but not in deep wounds. Name this Scotsman who discovered penicillin. Sir Alexander Fleming. Question 20, in 2023, what country's archaeological finds included the theater named for its ancient dictator Nero? Carter Woodward, Athens.
Roman.
Incorrect. We'll repeat the question for Northeast Bradford. In 2023, what country's archaeological finds included the theater named for its ancient dictator Nero? Italy. All right, that's 20 questions now between Athens and Northeast Bradford. I've got 10 left. When we come back from this break, they'll be worth 20 points apiece on Scholarship Challenge, the middle school edition.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
Now is the time to tackle debt with the Guthrie Community Credit Union. Transfer high-interest balances to a GCCU Visa credit card and save. Guthrie's Visa credit card features 0% APR for 12 months with no balance transfer or annual card fees. It could be a great way to consolidate and pay off high-interest debt sooner and for less. Apply online at GuthrieFCU.org and start your journey towards financial freedom. Certain restrictions apply. Membership eligibility is required. Guthrie Community Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender.
One of the most respected and appreciated businesses in the Valley community is Jeff Paul Plumbing, Heating, and Electric.
Serving residential and commercial customers for over 40 years. They started small and have continued to expand to meet the needs of the Twin Tiers.
Offering high-quality service with a personal touch. There's one goal at Jeff Paul: your complete satisfaction.
For plumbing, heating, and electrical, call Jeff Paul.
Effective ads, grabbing my attention. Commercials so good, they deserve a mention. Local radio hits power shows every day, making businesses grow. Yeah, yeah. Local radio works so well, makes me wanna buy. Local radio, boosting our businesses into the sky.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Thank you, Sean. We also want to thank our sponsors over at Sam's Bar and Grill for feeding our middle school contestants here today. Sam's Bar and Grill has provided us with pizza here today at the Sayre Theater to feed these students their minds and bodies, to keep the answers to these questions going as we go through a marathon session today of 8 teams competing in middle schools, the middle school edition of Scholarship Challenge. We're in the 4th match of the day and on to the 3rd round of questions. They're now worth 20 points apiece between Athens and Northeast Bradford. Taking lots of chances here, which is not a bad thing. Aggressively ringing in and looking to get on the board with some more points. We have Northeast Bradford in the lead with 20 points. Athens is trailing with minus 10 points. You do get 10 points taken off for incorrect answers, but now in the 3rd round, you'll earn 20 points for correct answers. So Athens is only trailing by a question and a half, and there are 200 points up for grabs in these next 10 questions. Absolutely anything can happen between Athens and Northeast Bradford here in the next few minutes. Let's continue the competition here at 11:57 this morning with question number 21. Give the 7-letter generic term for all suitcases and bags taken on board an aircraft. Anthony Holmes, Northeast Bradford.
Luggage.
Luggage is correct. Question 22. He was thrown overboard by sailors on their way to Tarshish after he confessed that their ship's problem came because he had disobeyed God's command to go to Nineveh. What Old Testament prophet was eventually put back on land after spending 3 days in the belly of a great fish? Jonah. Question 23. Her name was removed from a German daycare center in 2023 as parents new to Germany had never heard of this Jewish teenager or were hesitant to explain her story to their children. Identify this girl, born in Germany, but more famous for her time in Amsterdam, where she left behind an extensive diary before. Allie Kemp, Athens.
Anne Frank.
Correct. Athens moves into the positive territory now, still trailing. Northeast Bradford in the lead 40-10 now. Question 24. Name the NBA team whose players on the 2023 U.S. team at the World Cup of Basketball included star guard Anthony Edwards. That was the Minnesota Timberwolves. Question 25. What largest city of population in Canada's Ontario province is also the country's largest by population? Toronto. Question 26. Give the art term for the colored powder to which oil is added to create actual paint. No takers. Pigment is the answer. 4 questions remaining. She was serving as a nurse under the direction of President Coyne when she was killed by a bomb during the rebel fight against the Capitol. Give the full flowery first name of this younger sister of Katniss Everdeen in the Hunger Games. Primrose. Question 28, between Athens and Northeast Bradford. Besides Paul Revere's work as a silversmith, he spent several years as an amateur in what profession, cleaning teeth and selling toothpaste? Carter Woodward, Athens.
Dentist.
Dentist is correct. Northeast Bradford still in the lead. Athens only down by 10 points. 2 20-point questions left to go. Question 29. Australasia is an area of the southern hemisphere that includes New Zealand. Spell Australasia. Time is up. Australasia. Question 30. Complete this phrase from the King's speech given by Britain's King Charles III in November 2023. Quote, "My government is committed to tackling anti-Semitism and ensuring that this historical event is never forgotten." Carter Woodward, Athens.
The death of the Queen?
Incorrect. We'll repeat the question for Northeast Bradford. Complete this phrase from the King's speech given by Britain's King Charles III in November 2023. My government is committed to tackling anti-Semitism and ensuring that this historical event is never forgotten. That would be the Holocaust. Very good fight right to the end there between Athens and Northeast Bradford. Northeast Bradford pulls it out in a win 40-20 over Athens. Great job, Wildcats. Panthers, well done as well. You'll take a seat now for just a little. Actually, what are we going to do? Yeah, you guys are going to take a seat for a little bit here. And we're going to bring up Tioga and Spencer Van Etten when we come back on Scholarship Challenge.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
Ready for a financial glow-up? Look no further than Ingersoll Rand Federal Credit Union. We've got great rates for your life. Whether it's for your dream home or a new ride, we've got your back. Easily access your IRFCU accounts with our mobile app. View balances, deposit checks, and move money with just a tap. Your money, your way. Here at IRFCU, we are committed to our community through our financial education programs in schools and free financial counseling for members in need. We're building a stronger community together.
When you're looking to broadcast your product, service, brand, or event to a large audience, Radigan Media can help.
Whether you need us to solve a short-term problem, manage a campaign, or run your whole marketing department, our team of experts can help you with whatever you need.
With popular FM brands in Corning, Elmira, Waverly, Sayre, Towanda, Owego, and Binghamton, chances are we have the reach you need.
Plus, we now have every mainstream format, from adult contemporary to hot adult contemporary, top 40, country, news talk, classic country, classic hits, and classic rock.
Radigan Media services every demographic, driving results for you. And if you're looking for something super targeted, our full suite of digital products can deliver the exact customer you're searching for.
So for your next event, bright idea, or maybe some brand awareness, start here. 17 signals, one team, locally owned and family operated.
Big enough to work, small enough to care.
Radigan Media.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to the stage here of the Sayre Theater as we make a change out, heading into match 5. 2 fresh teams up on stage. Tioga Central Junior High Tigers and the Spencer Van Etten Junior High Panthers. We've got Panthers all over the auditorium today, yet no Panther questions yet so far. Lots and lots of questions asked so far. I haven't figured out exactly how many. Oh, here we go with that buzzer again. But we are deep into the questions today as we head into this contest here. So far today, Northeast Bradford and Wyalusing competed, with Wyalusing winning that one. Sullivan County and Wellsboro competing, with Wellsboro winning there. Wellsboro competing against Wyalusing and Wellsboro winning there. So now that Wellsboro team waits to find out who wins this other half of the bracket, which we're working our way through now. Athens and Northeast Bradford's second team were just up on stage, with Northeast Bradford's second team continuing on to the next match. They'll play up against whoever wins this match between Tioga and Spencer Van Etten. And then the winner of that next match will go up against Wellsboro until we have a winner here today. I suspect that we will be going till about 1, maybe 1:30 probably here at the Sayre Theater stage before we're done with Scholarship Challenge Middle School edition today. Want to do introductions, and then we are going to take a break before we get into questions to give us an opportunity to address that one buzzer right there. So let's begin by meeting the captain of the Spencer Van Etten team, Alex Dolaway.
Hello, my name is Alex Dalloway. I am an 8th grader in Spencer Van Etten Middle School. I perform in band, I play trombone, and I play baseball and basketball.
Very good. Thank you, Alex. And Richard Amadori.
Hello, I am Richard Amadori. I am 12 years old in the 7th grade, and I live on a farm, and I enjoy spending time with my water buffalo, Buffy and Bubby, and spending time with my baby goats, Kenworth, Peterbilt, Freightliner, and Hugh.
Love it. That's perfect. Thank you, Richard. And to our far left, the third member of the team is Crosby Jones.
Hi, my name is Crosby Jones. I also play in band. I play percussion, and I enjoy playing soccer as well.
Sounds good. Thank you, Crosby. Alex, Richard, and Crosby are our 3 team members of the Spencer Van Etten Junior High Panthers joining us here today. Their advisor is Jennifer Joyce, school principal is Missy Jewell, and the school superintendent at Spencer Van Etten is Barbara Case. On the left side of the podium, from behind the podium, we are joined by Tioga Central Junior High Tigers, starting with team captain Peyton Ross.
Hello, I'm Peyton Ross. I'm in 8th grade. I enjoy hunting and playing sports, and am currently in our school's drama club.
Very good. Thank you, Peyton. Maddie Burrows.
Hi, I'm Maddie Burrows. I'm in 8th grade. I like to run drama club, and I like to run in cross country, and I'm in my school's drama club.
Very good. Thank you, Maddie. Good job. Jason Reifenberg.
Hello, my name is Jason Reifenberg. I like to bowl and lift. And hi, Grammy.
Got to do it. Perfect. Hi, Grammy. Thanks for listening. Eli Gage.
Hi, my name is Eli Gage. I enjoy playing baseball, basketball, and football.
Very good. You know, my Grammy got me into radio, and now we're doing this thing. So that was 30 years ago. So trust Grammy. She knows what she's talking about. All right. On the Tioga Central Junior High Tigers, the team advisor is Jim Burrows, school principal is Will Cook, and superintendent is Josh Rowe. Also want to give a shout out to team alternate Alex Walker of the Tioga Central Blue and Gold Junior High Tigers. Quick break. When we come back, we'll start the match between Tioga Central and Spencer Van Etten on Scholarship Challenge Middle School Edition.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations. This is the award-winning Scholarship Challenge on WATS Sayre, WAVR FM Waverly, WEBO Owego, WTTC FM Towanda, WTXW Towanda, WOKN FM Southport, WLVY Elmira Heights Horseheads, and WELM Elmira. A presentation of the locally owned and operated Radigan Media Group and this station.
FCCB is proud to partner with Choice 102 for the 44th Annual Scholarship Challenge because they believe inspiring young minds is a mission that extends beyond the classroom. Today's students are tomorrow's leaders, and each has a gift to develop. By supporting local educational programs like Scholarship Challenge, FCCB is making an investment in the future. FCCB, committed to the communities they serve. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At C&N, we know life is full of ands. There's tuition and books, down payments and renovations, car loans and repairs, babies and kids, and more kids. Whether you're just starting out or thinking about retirement, our products, services, and expertise will prepare you for all of life's ands. For a bank that's personal and professional, visit cnbankpa.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Tuning in and listening to the news, hearing what's happening with local views across the country or in my town. I tune in to find out what's going down. Hey, hey. Local radio, keeping me informed in my community. Local radio, local radio, local radio creates unity.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to the Sayre Theater stage. We are in the main theater of the Sayre Theater. There's actually 3 screens here at the Sayre Theater. There's 2 little theaters on either side, and then there's one big one in the middle with the stage and lights and stuff, and that's where we are. We took the big screen, flew it out of here, and we'll fly it back in after Scholarship Challenge is done today, and they'll be watching movies in here by tonight. So this is our home for 6 weeks when we do Scholarship Challenge. We're in the 5th week where we take a break from the high school action to bring the middle schoolers up and to welcome them into Scholarship Challenge. It's a feeder program for our high school Scholarship Challenge. Gives them an opportunity to start competing in Quiz League and getting a taste of Scholarship Challenge. And now with the Scholarship Challenge rules, they can compete from 6th grade all the way through 12th grade if they so choose. So we want to thank our students for being brave and decide to participate in Scholarship Challenge and studying all this trivia and knowing all these things and sharing it with us here today in the theater, on our video streams, on Facebook's Choice 102 page, the Scholarship Challenge YouTube account, and also on our 17 Radigan Media stations. So thank you, students, for participating, and of course, families for giving up a Saturday to be here and root them on, and the advisors and the school districts for investing in these students with time and energy. to be a part of Scholarship Challenge. So very, very cool that you guys are in the program here today. Up on stage, it's Tioga, Spencer Van Etten. We've done the introductions. Alex Dolaway, Richard Amadori, Crosby Jones, Peyton Ross, Maddie Burrows, Jason Reifenberg, and Eli Gage from Spencer Van Etten and Tioga Central. Let's get into the questions now. Round one of questions, 10 questions, 10 points apiece. Teams, are you ready? All right, here we go. Question number one. This country's first empire, with its capital at Pagan, was taken over by Kublai Khan in the late 1200s. Name this Asian nation once called Burma. Everything I know about Burma, I learned from watching a Top Gear special, and it is Myanmar now. Question two, this object served as a prison for its designer, Daedalus, until he and his son, Icarus, escaped it by flying away with wax wings. Identify this maze of myth that also served as a prison for the Minotaur until Theseus killed it. Eli Gage, Tioga Central.
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth is correct. Question three. The Declaration of Independence's first version was written by a committee of 5 that included John Adams and what man who wrote it down? Thomas Jefferson. Question 4. The Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris has several small grotesque statues on its walls, each of which is called a gargoyle. Spell the word gargoyle. No takers on that. You have 5 seconds to ring in, 10 seconds to give the answer. Gargoyle is spelled G-A-R-G-O-Y-L-E.
I tried to hit it a little bit. Oopsies.
But you have to ring in before I give the answer.
Yeah.
All right. Question 5. Give the word starting with N for the fruit that looks like a peach but isn't fuzzy. Peyton Ross, Tioga Central.
Nectarine.
Nectarine is correct. Question 6. Pencils and paper ready. Give the slope of the line 2x plus 5y equals 13. No takers. Minus 2. 5. Question 7. American financier Andrew Mellon helped begin the company Alcoa, which specializes in purifying what most abundant metal in Earth's crust? Aluminum. Question 8. Which sea, called the Ostsee in German, borders Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia? It's the Baltic Sea. Question 9. In the 1950s, Australian artists began to depict more of what large dry area of Australia's interior desert? Outback. Question 10. Name the NBC TV show whose spin-offs include the current Special Victims Unit. Alex Dolaway, SVE.
Law and Order.
Law and Order is correct. That's 10 questions between Spencer Van Etten and Tioga Central Tigers. At the end of the first 10 questions, Tioga Central is in the lead 20-10 over Spencer Van Etten. 20 questions to go when we come back on Scholarship Challenge.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
FCCB is proud to partner with Choice 102 for the 44th Annual Scholarship Challenge because they believe inspiring young minds is a mission that extends beyond the classroom. Today's students are tomorrow's leaders, and each has a gift to develop. By supporting local educational programs like Scholarship Challenge, FCCB is making an investment in the future. FCCB, committed to the communities they serve. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Dalton Williams, and I'd like to invite you to Williams Toyota of Sayre. We are proud to partner with our community with our continued focus on youth activities, healthcare initiatives, and helping those that need it most right here in the Valley. We offer a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere and make it easy to service your vehicle. You can comfortably wait in our newly renovated lounge with all the amenities to make you feel right at home. So visit us today in Sayre or online at williamstoyotaofsayre.com.
Step into a community that understands. The American Legion Post 42 in Towanda, welcoming past and current military members. You've honored your nation. Now serve your community. Join hands with fellow vets. Share stories and make a difference. At the Towanda American Legion, we're more than just a club. We're your second family. We advocate for better pay, improved housing, and proper medical care for veterans. All new members get their first year at no charge. Drop by at your convenience. Let's strengthen our bond of comradeship together. The American Legion Post 42, Towanda. We help get our vets the benefits they earned and deserve.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back. Match 5, Round 2, Scholarship Challenge, Middle School Edition. Kind of a long broadcast day, maybe an extra hour or so, but it's worth it and lots of fun here in the Sayre Theater. I want to thank my Radigan Media team for putting in another Saturday with us here at the Sayre Theater. It's our 5th Saturday in a row, actually 6th Saturday in a row when you count the setup day that happens off the air without anybody knowing. But I want to thank my team for putting in all the effort here because this can't be done with fewer than 10 people on our staff here each Saturday. So big thanks to them. Second round of questions now between Spencer Van Atten Junior High Panthers and Tioga Central Junior High Tigers. The score is 20-10. Tioga Central is in the lead by 1 question over SVE. Here's 10 more 10-pointers. Question 11. The prequel book to what novel series is called The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes? That would be The Hunger Games. Question 12. In 1877, he chose the Gare Saint-Lazare, Paris train station, for a series of paintings from different viewpoints. What Frenchman also depicted the water lilies at his garden home and created the work Impression, Sunrise? That would be Monet. Question 13. Give the soccer term for bringing the ball downfield by kicking it repeatedly. Crosby Jones,
Dribbling.
Spencer Van Etten. Dribbling is correct. Score is now tied 20-20. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Thank you for letting me know. Question 14. In the 1001 Arabian Nights, the woman named Morgiana saves the character from death after he stumbles on a cave full of stolen treasure and learns the password that opens it. Alibaba. Question 15. She was a magazine's aviation editor in 1928 when her first book, 20 Hours, 40 Minutes, was published about crossing the Atlantic Ocean by air after she failed to land.
Amelia Earhart.
Richard Amadori, Spencer Van Etten. That is correct. Question 16. Voiced by Clancy Brown, this character lives in an anchor with his daughter, Pearl the Whale. Jason Reifenberg.
Mr. Krabs.
Crabs is correct.
Okay.
Score is tied, 30-30. Yeah. Okay, hang on a second. Technical timeout. Just hum yourselves a song for a minute. All right, what was it, 20-10? 30-30. That sounds more competitive. Let's do that. That's a good show. All right, sometimes we have to handle things on the fly and do it while we're live. It's okay. All right, here we go. Scores tied 30-30. Tioga Central, Spencer Van Etten on the stage. Question number 17. Which U.S. city's landmarks include the National Nordic Museum, Klondike Gold Rush, National Historic Park, and a Space Needle? Alex Dolaway, Spencer Van Etten.
Washington? Oh, city. Seattle.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Question 18. Name the Pennsylvania town almost destroyed by an 1889 flood. No takers. Johnstown is the answer. Question 19. Which of the three major types of rock is formed when magma under the earth cools off and becomes hard? Crosby Jones, Spencer Van Etten.
Igneous.
Igneous is correct. Question 20. Billie Eilish's first big hit was which one that begins, quote, "I've been watching you for some time. Can't stop staring at those." Maddie Burrows, Tioga Central.
Ocean Eyes.
Correct. That's 20 questions between Spencer Van Etten and Tioga Central. At the end of 20 questions, SVE leads by 10 points over Tioga Central. When we come back, it's round 3, 10 questions worth 20 points apiece, 200 points up for grabs here on Scholarship Challenge.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
FCCB is proud to partner with Choice 102 for the 44th Annual Scholarship Challenge because they believe inspiring young minds is a mission that extends beyond the classroom. Today's students are tomorrow's leaders, and each has a gift to develop. By supporting local educational programs like Scholarship Challenge, FCCB is making an investment in the future. FCCB, committed to the communities they serve. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Dalton Williams, and I'd like to invite you to Williams Toyota of Sayre. We are proud to partner with our community with our continued focus on youth activities, healthcare initiatives, and helping those that need it most right here in the Valley. We offer a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere and make it easy to service your vehicle. You can comfortably wait in our newly renovated lounge with all the amenities to make you feel right at home. So visit us today in Sayre or online at williamstoyotaofsayre.com.
Driving down the road, tuning in my dial. Local radio playing songs with style. DJ's voice echoes through the countryside. Rhythm and beats taking me for a ride. Yeah, yeah. Local radio, playing those songs you lift my spirit high. Local radio, on you I rely.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to the Sayre Theater here at the Sayre Theater. Yes, Scholarship Challenge, year number 44, middle school edition today. It's what we do to take a little break between the high school qualifiers and the high school finals. We've done 4 weeks of qualifying. Next week is finals. We thought this would be a nice spot to drop in middle school challenge. It's a broadcast that used to happen, I think, on Friday nights, and it was recorded, and then it would be played back on Saturday. It's just the same amount of work either way to do it live as it is to record it, so we thought, well, we'll just do it live. Plus, this is the time that the theater's available, so this is when we'll do it. So here we are. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you being along. We are moving forward here in the 5th match today. We are in the 3rd round, so now these next 10 questions are the last 10 questions between Spencer Van Etten and Tioga Central. They're now worth 20 points for correct responses. Incorrect responses are 10-point deduction. Score is only 10 points apart. Spencer Van Etten is in the lead, 50-40 over Tioga Central, and got to admit, little bit of a cross-county rivalry there with Tioga and Spencer Van Etten. It's fun to see play out here on stage. All right, let's get into the 3rd round. Teams, are you ready? All right, here we go. Question 21. The Golden Law, signed in 1888, ended the practice in Brazil that had been outlawed in the U.S. for more than 20 years by then. Slavery. Question 22. The characters Cheyenne Wilder in Girl Stolen, Isaac in The Fault in Our Stars, and Marie Laure in All the Light We Cannot See all share what physical disability that is also shared by the real-life author of The Story of My Life, Helen Keller? Peyton Ross, Tioga Central.
They're blind.
Correct. Nicknamed the Scorpion, when developed by Archimedes, what device could throw a 500-pound boulder at enemy soldiers? Alex Dolaway, Spencer Van Etten.
Catapult.
Catapult is correct.
Yeah.
Spencer Van Etten takes the lead now, 70-60 over Tioga Central. Pencils and paper ready. Find the mean of this set of 5 numbers. 21, 36, 12, 9, and 52. Time is up. Nobody rang in. 26, the answer we were looking for. Question 25. Which process within the carbon cycle allows animals and people to remove the carbon dioxide from their bodies? Breathing. That's the answer there. Respiration. Question 26. Jazz great Vince Guaraldi, his most famous music is still heard every year when what comic strips holiday cartoons reappear on TV? Alex Dolaway, Spencer Van Etten.
Peanuts.
Correct. 90-60 now. Spencer Van Etten in the lead by a question and a half over Tioga Central. 4 questions left. September 2023 marked 25 years since this man voluntarily sat out a game against the New York Yankees. On the night he broke the record for which he is most famous, his Baltimore Orioles team sold box seats to raise money for research into Lou Gehrig's disease. Name this Baseball Hall of Famer who played in more than 2,600 consecutive games. Audience? Cal Ripken Jr. Question 28. Your heart has 4 chambers, 2 called the right and left atria, and 2 called the right and left what? Peyton Ross, Tioga Central.
Ventricle.
Ventricles, correct. 2 questions left. Spencer Van Etten in the lead over Tioga Central by half a question. Only 10 points. Question 29. Give the word that came to English from Latin, meaning, quote, to make something appear larger, often by looking through a glass. Peyton Ross, Tioga Central.
Magnify.
Magnify is correct. Tioga Central just took the lead 100-90 over Spencer Van Etten. Here's one question left. It's a 20-pointer. After his 8 years in office, he took a 2.5-year tour around the world and wrote an excellent book of memoirs. Name this U.S. president who, in his military days during the Civil War, accepted the Southern surrender at Appomattox. Alex Dolaway, Spencer Van Etten.
Ulysses Grant.
Repeat.
Ulysses Grant. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Ulysses S. Grant. I think.
That is correct. Well, that was a close one. 110 to 100 at the end of 30 questions. Spencer Van Etten ekes out a win over Tioga Central. I would love to keep teams up here until they get sick of answering my questions and not keep score, because we could have fun doing this all day long. But eventually you got to have an ending here, and that's the ending for this match between Spencer Van Etten and Tioga Central. Keep coming back to Scholarship Challenge, because you guys are going to give me a run for my money over the next 4, 5, 6 years, and I'm looking forward to that. Great job, Tioga Central. Spencer Van Etten, you guys get to stay right where you are. Northeast Bradford's team number 2, come on up on stage. When we come back from the break, we're going to find out which of these two teams is going to play Wellsboro before we depart our broadcast here today. It's the middle school edition of Scholarship Challenge, live from the Sayre Theater.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
One of the area's most respected law firms is also a longtime supporter of Scholarship Challenge. Attorneys R. Joseph Landy and Damian M. Rossetti wish all of today's participants a rewarding, positive experience. Founded more than 60 years ago by Robert J. Landy, the Landy and Rossetti law firm specializes in criminal defense, wrongful death, personal injury, estate planning, gas and mineral rights, civil and commercial litigation, real estate, commercial transactions, and family law. Landy and Rossetti on Desmond Street in downtown Sayre.
At C&N, we know life is full of ands. There's tuition and books, down payments and renovations, car loans and repairs, babies and kids, and more kids. Whether you're just starting out or thinking about retirement, our products, services, and expertise will prepare you for all of life's ands. For a bank that's personal and professional, visit cnbankpa.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Tuning in and listening to the news, hearing what's happening with local views. Across the country or in my town, I tune in to find out what's going down. Hey, hey. Local radio, keeping me informed in my community. Local radio, local radio, local radio creates unity.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Matches like the one you just heard before we went to break are the reason why we broadcast this on every single station we own, because we think that this is so cool. And I love country music, and I love rock music, adult contemporary. I love all the stuff we play on all of our stations. And I know you can get that just about anywhere right now, but on planet Earth, I can assure and guarantee you that there is not anything happening on any radio station anywhere right now like what we're doing. So this is a one-of-a-kind broadcast, so important to us, created by Chuck Carver 44 years ago, that's why we put it out wherever we can, whenever we're doing it, because we just think it's the coolest, most unique thing. And if you're listening to us right now, we really appreciate you listening. We hope you're enjoying it as much as we are, because this is an awful lot of fun working with these kids up on stage. And, you know, not to make you guys nervous, but when they get up here, it's almost like they forget that they're being broadcast everywhere else across the area. And that's one of the things I love about broadcasting. It's like being in a room talking to yourself or talking to a friend. You forget the audience is out there. So you guys are doing a great job. Shake those nerves, because you're really doing awesome. Both the teams that are up on stage now have victories under their belt. Northeast Bradford is now back up on stage. Just a day or two ago, these guys thought they were going to be alternates for today's conference. We had an opening for an additional team, and so between last night and this morning, these guys found out that they weren't going to be alternates. They're actually going to be competing today, and now they're still up on stage competing while the first team has already lost out, I guess, just for lack of a better phrase. So it's a big change of events over the last few hours here for these guys to be up on stage. Spencer Van Etten didn't know that they were still going to be up on stage until 3 minutes ago, because it was back and forth with points with Tioga Center. So it's great how unpredictable Scholarship Challenge is. So let's set the stage for you. Spencer Van Etten remains up here. Captain Alex Dolaway, Richard Amadori, Crosby Jones. From Northeast Bradford, the Panthers, team captain Anthony Holmes is back up on stage with Julia Keeney, Ethan Parkhurst, and Indigo Lake. These 7 students will compete against one another to answer the next 30 questions here from their respective teams. The winner of this match will face off against Wellsboro before we leave our broadcast for the day, and the winner of that match will be declared our middle school challenge winner for 2024. So stick around. We've got maybe an hour to go, probably a little bit less. It's 12:38 here on your Radigan Media Group stations. Let's proceed now with questions. Spencer Van Etten, are you ready? Yes. Northeast Bradford, are you ready? Yes. Let's roll. Within Microsoft Word, which button with the review command allows you to put an English document into a foreign language, more or less? The translate button. Question number 2. This skin problem is caused by the HPV virus, not by touching frogs. Name this problem whose common type creates a hard bump on your skin. Alex Dolaway, Spencer Van Etten.
Wart.
Wart is correct. Which U.S. president's doctrine from 2001 was a war against all those who seek to export terror and a war against those governments that support or shelter them? That would be George W. Bush. Question 4. The Edmonton Oilers play what national hockey team each year in the Battle of Alberta? That'd be the Calgary Flames. Question 5, between Spencer Van Etten and Northeast Bradford. Give the word that came to English from Greek for Paddington the Bear's favorite sandwich filling, which is made from bitter orange.
Marmalade.
Richard Amadori, Spencer Van Etten. Marmalade is correct. It's 20-0. Spencer Van Etten in the lead over Northeast Bradford. Question 6. Gustav Holst's tone poem, The Planets, has 7 movements, one for each planet except which one? This one, Planet Earth. Question 7. The most famous poem about this food begins, quote, "Call the roller of big cigars, the muscular one, and bid him whip in kitchen cups concupiscent curds. Name this cold food whose homemade version can be made in a Ziploc bag with vanilla, sugar, salt, and half and half." Julia Keeney, Northeast Bradford.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Can we get to the good part already? Ice cream. Yeah. Question 8. Give the word starting with M that is the most popular cheese used on pizza. Julia Keeney, Northeast Bradford.
Mozzarella.
You got it. Good job. That ties the score now 20-20. Question number 9. Insects can be divided into 2 subclasses based on whether or not their bodies have what structures? Wings. Question 10, between Spencer Van Etten and Northeast Bradford. The half-life of what element's 238 isotope that decays to lead 206 is about 4 billion years? Uranium. At the end of 10 questions, that's the first round between Spencer Van Etten and Northeast Bradford. The score is tied 20-20. 20 questions left when we come back on Scholarship Challenge.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
Now is the time to tackle debt with the Guthrie Community Credit Union. Transfer high-interest balances to a GCCU Visa credit card and save. Guthrie's Visa credit card features 0% APR for 12 months with no balance transfer or annual card fees. It could be a great way to consolidate and pay off high-interest debt sooner and for less. Apply online at GuthrieFCU.org and start your journey towards financial freedom. Certain restrictions apply. Membership eligibility is required. Guthrie Community Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender.
One of the most respected and appreciated businesses in the Valley community is Jeff Paul Plumbing, Heating, and Electric.
Serving residential and commercial customers for over 40 years. They started small and have continued to expand to meet the needs of the Twin Tiers.
Offering high-quality service with a personal touch. There's one goal at Jeff Paul: your complete satisfaction.
For plumbing, heating, and electrical, call Jeff Paul.
Effective ads, grabbing my attention. Commercials so good, they deserve a mention. Local radio, hits power shows every day, making businesses grow. Yeah, yeah. Local radio, works so well, makes me wanna buy. Local radio, boosting our businesses into the sky.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to the Scholarship Challenge stage here at the Sayre Theater. Thank you to BCRAC for allowing us to host a Scholarship Challenge here and for hosting us. We appreciate that very much. We are in the 6th match of the day, second round on stage. Spencer Van Etten Junior High Panthers, Northeast Bradford Panthers. They are the second Northeast Bradford team in today's competition. The score is tied 20-20. We're going into the second round, so these are still 10-point questions. Question number 11. In the Peppa Pig universe, what female sheep's name starts with S? Richard Amadori, Spencer Van Etten.
Susie.
Susie is correct. I don't know the hard ones, and I don't know the easy ones either. What river forms part of the border between Brazil and its namesake country to Brazil's south, between Bolivia and Argentina? It's the Paraguay River. Question 13. The Mosque of the Red Death is a short story by what American author of The Cask of Amontillado and The Fall of the House of Usher? Not that Usher. Edgar Allan Poe. Question 14. After the vice president, what congressional position becomes president after a president dies, a position Republicans struggled to fill in the fall of 2023? Anthony Holmes, Northeast Bradford.
Speaker of the House.
Speaker of the House is correct. That ties the score back up now, 30-30, Northeast Bradford, Spencer Van Etten. Question 15, pencils and paper ready. Simplify the following expression as much as possible. 5 plus 3 times the quantity 3K minus 1. Five seconds to ring in. Nobody rang in. Nobody wants to take a chance on that question. 9K plus 2. Question 16. Tie is scored. This word means a score is tied. What was that? 16. This word means cheerful or lively in Italian. Give the 7-letter term for this musical tempo between 100 and 130 beats per minute that is about 25% faster than a similar term that ends with the letters E-T-T-O. Allegro. Question 17. His pro career began with 3 years as the backup to Hall of Famer Brett Favre. Name this future Hall of Fame quarterback who, after winning a Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers, tried to win another one with the New York Jets this season before he was injured. Aaron Rodgers. Question 18. This novel is based on the real-life William Brodie, who was an Edinburgh city councilman by day and a leader of a gang of thieves by night. Name this story about Robert Louis Stevenson. Name this story by Robert Louis Stevenson that ends with the good part of a man's personality being taken over by the bad part. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Spell the word whether as in, I have no idea whether this is correct or not. Anthony Holmes, Northeast Bradford.
W-E-T-H-E-R.
That is incorrect. I will repeat the question for Spencer Van Etten. Spell the word whether as in, I have no idea whether this is correct or not. Time is up. Weather, W-H-E-T-H-E-R. Question 20 between Spencer Van Etten and Northeast Bradford. Spencer Van Etten in the lead by 1 question. Among his notable reforms were banning men from wearing the fez, discouraging women from wearing veils, and changing his country's alphabet from an Arabic-based script to a Latin-based script. Between 1918 and 1922, who defeated the forces of the Sultan, the Greeks, and other rebels to become the first president of the Republic of Turkey? Ataturk. That's 20 questions between Spencer Van Etten and Northeast Bradford. Spencer Van Etten in the lead by 10 points. When we come back, it's 10 more questions. It's round 3, and they'll be worth 20 points apiece on Scholarship Challenge.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
Ready for a financial glow-up? Look no further than Ingersoll Rand Federal Credit Union. We've got great rates for your life. Whether it's for your dream home or a new ride, we've got your back. Easily access your IRFCU accounts with our mobile app. View balances, deposit checks, and move money with just a tap. Your money, your way. Here at IRFCU, we are committed to our community through our financial education programs in schools and free financial counseling for members in need. We're building a stronger community together.
When you're looking to broadcast your product, service, brand, or event to a large audience, Radigan Media can help.
Whether you need us to solve a short-term problem, manage a campaign, or run your whole marketing department, our team of experts can help you with whatever you need.
With popular FM brands in Corning, Elmira, Waverly, Waverly, Sayre, Towanda, Owego, and Binghamton. Chances are we have the reach you need.
Plus, we now have every mainstream format, from adult contemporary to hot adult contemporary, top 40, country, news talk, classic country, classic hits, and classic rock.
Radigan Media services every demographic, driving results for you. And if you're looking for something super targeted, our full suite of digital products can deliver the exact customer you're searching for.
So for your next event, bright idea, or maybe some brand awareness, start here. 17 signals, one team, locally owned and family operated.
Big enough to work, small enough to care.
Radigan Media.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
I will admit one of our hosts has been resting her head on her hands at the judges' table for several rounds now. How are you doing down there? You okay? Okay. All right, good. Good. You enjoying the show? Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll do my best. Appreciate your help. It is match 6, round 3. We have Spencer Van Etten and Northeast Bradford on stage with us. The score is 30-20. Spencer Van Etten is in the lead by 10 points. We are propelling ourselves into the third round, which are 20-point questions. The winner of this match will face off against Wellsboro to determine who will be the winner of our middle school challenge for 2024, and that match will be right after this one. So stick around. We will have an exciting conclusion to today's broadcast. Already heard so far today, Northeast Bradford and Wyalusing, Sullivan County, Wellsboro, Athens, Northeast Bradford's second team, Tioga and Spencer Van Etten. We're in Northeast Bradford's second team now with Spencer Van Etten. Let's get into these round 3 questions worth 20 points apiece. The score is 30-20. And SVE leads. Question 21. The first time he held his current office, he agreed to give 40% of the West Bank to the Palestinians. The second time he held his current office, he addressed the U.S. Congress about the dangers posed by Iran. What Israeli prime minister, as of the fall of 2023, is holding the office for the third time and leading a war against Hamas? Benjamin Netanyahu. Question 22. One textbook discusses this object by saying, with a sudden release of pressure, superheated water changes into steam and explodes toward the surface. Give the term for this exploding hot spring, sometimes a popular tourist venue. Richard Amadori, Spencer Van Etten.
A geyser?
Geyser is correct. 50-20 now, Spencer Van Etten in the lead. Question 23. It elected Justin Trudeau to replace its conservative prime minister, Stephen Harper. Name this country where Justin's father, Pierre, was also once prime minister, a country once owned by England that is just north of the United States. Alex Dolaway, Spencer Van Etten.
Canada?
Canada is correct. Pulling ahead now, 70-20. Spencer Van Etten leads Northeast Bradford. Question 24. Built with a central core and 8 other church buildings around the outside of that core, construction of this building was ordered by Ivan the Terrible in the mid-1500s. Name this Russian cathedral in Moscow's Red Square, most famous for its colorful onion-shaped domes. St. Basil's Cathedral. Question 25. Name the state whose 5 national parks are Archies, Canyonlands, Capitol Reef, Bryce Canyon, and Zion. Utah. Question 26. In 2023, this man whose real name is Christopher Lunsford became the first singer ever to reach #1 on the Billboard chart without ever being on the chart before. Give the performing name of this man, which was also his grandpa's name, who talks about, quote, living in the new world with an old soul in his hit song, Rich Men North of Richmond. Oliver Anthony. Question 27, pencils and paper ready. In terms of pi, give the area in square yards of a circle whose radius is 12 yards. (144 pi). Question 28. Closed for 8 years after the Six-Day War, it was reopened by Anwar Sadat in 1975, 19 years after the Egyptian leader Nasser sparked an international crisis by nationalizing it. Identify this waterway that since 1869 has connected the Red Sea with the Mediterranean Sea. The Suez Canal. Question 29 scores 70-20. Spencer Van Etten in the lead over Northeast. Question 29. Much of the rest of the industrial world celebrates this event on May 1st, but in the U.S. it's celebrated early in September. Give the American name for this major holiday celebrating workers. Richard Amadori, Spencer Van Etten.
Labor Day?
Labor Day is correct. Question 30. During a scientific experiment, what term describes the things you notice by watching carefully to see exactly what is going on? Richard Amadori, Spencer Van Etten.
Observations?
Observations is correct. And at the end of 30 questions, that's the end of this match between Spencer Van Etten and Northeast. Spencer Van Etten wins it 110 to Northeast Bradford's 20 points. A game well played all day long today by Northeast Bradford as well as Spencer Van Etten. Great job, Northeast Bradford. Thank you for joining us today. Spencer Van Etten, you guys have been doing a great job today. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really happy. Personally, my mom's going to be so proud of me when she hears me over the radio.
I'm sure that she is.
I got a pretty bad.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, Wellsboro is going to be up on stage with Spencer Van Etten. We'll have one last match for you today. 30 questions between Wellsboro and Spencer Van Etten. It's for the championship title of Middle School Challenge for 2024. Stay tuned. Exciting conclusion coming up next.
This is the award-winning Scholarship Challenge on WATS Sayre, WAVR-FM Waverly, WEBO Owego, WTTC-FM Towanda, WTXW Towanda, WOKN-FM Southport, WLVY Elmira Heights Horseheads, and WELM Elmira. A presentation of the locally owned and operated Radigan Media Group and this station. You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
Hi, I'm Dalton Williams, and I'd like to invite you to Williams Toyota of Sayre. We are proud to partner with our community with our continued focus on youth activities, healthcare initiatives, and helping those that need it most right here in the Valley. We offer a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere and make it easy to service your vehicle. You can comfortably wait in our newly renovated lounge with all the amenities to make you feel right at home. So visit us today in Sayre or online at williamstoyotaofsayre.com.
Step into a community that understands. The American Legion Post 42 in Towanda, welcoming past and current military members. You've honored your nation. Now serve your community. Join hands with fellow vets. Share stories and make a difference. At the Towanda American Legion, we're more than just a club. We're your second family. We advocate for better pay, improved housing, and proper medical care for veterans. All new members get their first year at no charge. Drop by at your convenience. Let's strengthen our bond of comradeship together. The American Legion Post 42, Towanda. We help get our vets the benefits they earned and deserve.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
I'm not quite sure how many questions we've asked so far today, but I know it's 32 pages worth, so that's cool. Thank you for being part of the broadcast today. We can't do it without our listeners and viewers and audience cheering these kids on and playing along at home. It's fun for us grown-ups just as much as it is for these kids, maybe even a little more fun for us grown-ups because we don't have to get it right. These guys are doing a phenomenal job here. To recap what we've done so far today, Northeast Bradford and Wyalusing faced off, Wyalusing winning that match. Then Sullivan County and Wellsboro faced off, Wellsboro winning that. Then Wyalusing and Wellsboro competed against one another for Wellsboro to advance to this final match of the day. Then Athens and the second team from Northeast Bradford competed. Northeast Bradford's second team defeated Athens. Then Tioga, Spencer Van Atten competed, and Spencer Van Atten won over Tioga. And then Spencer Van Atten continued over Northeast Bradford and won over Northeast Bradford. So now up on stage, our final match of the day, it's Spencer Van Atten versus Wellsboro. It's New York versus PA. And we have 7 students here up on stage who are ready to answer 30 more questions after they've already asked or already been asked and answered a whole bunch more. Let's do introductions again real fast from the podium to remind you of who's on each team. From Spencer Van Atten, it's Captain Alex Dolaway, Richard Amadori, Crosby Jones. From Spencer Van Atten, their advisor, Jennifer Joyce, school principal Missy Jewell, school superintendent Barbara Case. They are the Spencer Van Atten Panthers. From Wellsboro, we have the Green Hornets, the captain, Fen Moyer, Lucas Baker, Peyton Beery, and Katie Whitney up on stage, along with alternates Ari Snyder. And who's our other player? Who is it? And Haley Smith, who's here as well in the crowd. Heather Steinbacher is acting advisor of the day, along with regular advisor Jen Sporer and school principal Rob Krieger and superintendent Alana Huck from the Wellsboro Green Hornets Junior High. Want to thank the Wellsboro Green Hornets and the Spencer Van Atten Panthers for investing their Saturday with us. I don't know if you have other plans after this today, but trust me, you're going to be exhausted. It's okay. You guys are working hard and earning it. All right, our final 2 teams, one of them will come in first place, one of them will come in second place here today. So you're already doing real well. It's 30 questions. You guys ready to get into it? All right, same format as before. Questions are 10 questions per round, 10-point questions in the first 2 rounds, 20-point questions in the third round, and it's always a 10-point penalty for any incorrect response. Here, here we go. Question number 1 between Spencer Van Atten and Wellsboro. Batman's 85th anniversary comes in 2024. What comic company that created him is a rival of Marvel? Fen Moyer, Wellsboro.
DC Comics.
That is correct. Question 2. The 7 major stars within this constellation make up what is called the Big Dipper. Identify this constellation named for a mammal. Richard Amadori, Spencer Van Atten.
The Big Bear.
Incorrect. We will ask the question for Wellsboro. The 7 major stars within this constellation make up what is called the Big Dipper. Identify this constellation named for a mammal. Fen Moyer, Wellsboro.
Ursa Major.
Ursa Major, also known as Great Bear. That is correct. Question number 3. Give the word starting with J used by police to describe a suspect less than 18 years old. Crosby Jones, Spencer Van Atten.
Junior.
That is incorrect. We'll ask the question for Wellsboro. Peyton Beery, Wellsboro.
Juvenile.
Juvenile is correct. Question number 4. What author who lived in Concord, Massachusetts, wrote the first part of her novel, Little Women, at her desk there in the summer of 1868? Louisa May Alcott. Question 5. Da Vinci's The Last Supper is what type of large painting defined as painted directly onto a wall or ceiling? Katie Whitney.
A mural.
Wellsboro. Mural is correct. Question number 6. What U.S. state's lowest point above sea level is where the Mississippi River meets the Des Moines River? Van Moyer, Wellsboro.
Oklahoma.
Incorrect. We'll repeat the question for Spencer Van Etten. What U.S. state's lowest point above sea level is where the Mississippi River meets the Des Moines River? Iowa. Question 7, pencils and paper ready. The national exam to become a land surveyor has 110 questions and lasts 5.5 hours. What is the average time a person has to answer each question on the exam? Van Moyer, Wellsboro.
$26.
That is incorrect. We'll re-ask the question for Spencer Van Etten. The national exam to become a land surveyor has 110 questions and lasts 5.5 hours. What is the average time a person has to answer each question on the exam? Crosby Jones, Spencer Van Etten.
22.
Incorrect. The answer we were looking for is 3 minutes. Question 8. In the 2023 Barbie movie, what actress plays the main stereotypical Barbie? Katie Whitney, Wellsboro.
Margot Robbie.
That's right. Question number 9. In recent years, this team has struggled so much that it finally got its league's #1 draft pick in 2023 and hopes to rebuild. Peyton Beery, Wellsboro.
Pittsburgh Pirates.
That is incorrect. We'll repeat the question for Spencer Van Etten. In recent years, this team has struggled so much that it finally got its league's #1 draft pick in 2023 and hopes to rebuild behind star center Connor Bedard. Name this Midwestern team in the National Hockey League that plays its home games at the United Center. Chicago Blackhawks. Question number 10 between Spencer Van Etten and Wellsboro. What grandson of Charles Martel was crowned Emperor of the Romans on Christmas Day, 800? Charlemagne. All right, that's 10 questions between Spencer Van Etten and Wellsboro, and at the end of that first round, looks like Wellsboro's in the lead with 20 points. Spencer Van Etten trails with -30 points. You lose 10 points for any incorrect response, and you do gain 10 points for correct answers in the first and second round. We'll continue with the second round when we come back on Scholarship Challenge. It's the middle school edition, live from the Sayre Theater.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
FCCB is proud to partner with Choice 102 for the 44th Annual Scholarship Challenge because they believe inspiring young minds is a mission that extends beyond the classroom. Today's students are tomorrow's leaders, and each has a gift to develop. By supporting local educational programs like Scholarship Challenge, FCCB is making an investment in the future. FCCB, committed to the communities they serve. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Dalton Williams, and I'd like to invite you to Williams Toyota of Sayre. We are proud to partner with our community with our continued focus on youth activities, healthcare initiatives, and helping those that need it most right here in the Valley. We offer a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere and make it easy to service your vehicle. You can comfortably wait in our newly renovated lounge with all the amenities to make you feel right at home. So visit us today in Sayre or online at williamstoyotaofsayre.com.
Driving down the road, tuning in my dial. Local radio playing songs with style. DJ's voice echoes through the countryside. Rhythm and beats taking me for a ride. Yeah. Local radio, local radio, local radio. On you I rely.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Welcome back to the Sayre Theater. We're up on stage. The screen is up into the fly space, out of the way, revealing this awesome stage here at the Sayre Theater, giving us the venue for our middle school scholarship challenge game today, which has featured 8 teams as we started with today. Now we're down to 2. And there's only 20 questions left to go in today's broadcast before we crown a winner of the Middle School Challenge for 2024. Up on stage, it's the Spencer Van Etten Panthers against the Wellsboro Green Hornets, both doing an amicable job here of answering very difficult questions and staying focused and digging into their brains to find correct answers. They're both doing a great job. We've been on the air since 10 o'clock this morning, just a little over 3 hours, and we got about 20 minutes left to go here on these 17 Radigan Media Group stations. Thanks for tuning in today. Let's get into the second round between these two teams. They are 10-point questions. Current score, Wellsboro is at 20 points. Spencer Van Etten trails with minus 30. Here we go with more questions. The trailer for the 2023 reboot of this series features its theme song, Tossed Salad and Scrambled Eggs. Characters in this series include the title character's son, Freddie, now grown up, and his ex-wife, Lilith. Name this classic TV series a spin-off of Cheers that stars Kelsey Grammer as the psychologist Dr. Crane. I knew that was a generational question. Come on, he had a radio show in the TV series, and it was, none of you were born back then by the time it was gone. Audience, this is worth 10 points for you. You got it, 10 points for the audience. Question 12, what actor who played Nick Morton in the recent remake of The Mummy has also played Ethan Hunt in all of the Mission Impossible movies? Audience? Tom Cruise. That's 20 points for the audience. You guys are doing well this round. Question 13. Give the term defined by the book Plants of the Chicago Region as usually a blade-like organ attached to the stem and commonly functioning as a principal organ in photosynthesis. Katie Whitney, Wellsboro.
Leaves.
Leaf. Yep, that's correct. Question 14. Fought in July 1863, this largest battle ever in North America that included Pickett's Charge pitted Union General Meade against Robert E. Lee. Identify this Pennsylvania battle. Fenn Moyer, Wellsboro.
Battle of Gettysburg.
Gettysburg is correct. Question 15. This element makes up about a quarter of Earth's crust by weight and is found in minerals like agate, flint, and the purple quartz known as amethyst. Identify this element whose doping creates transistors and other solid-state electronic devices. Silicon. Question 16. French composer Maurice Ravel's piece, Mother Goose, includes a section about what story made famous by Disney in both animated and live-action films. Beauty and the Beast. Question 17. What European country sent explorers to Australia before England did? The island of Tasmania is named after one of those explorers, Abel Tasman. Holland. Question 18, pencils and paper ready. Give the product of the binomials y minus 3 and 2y plus 6. Answer we're looking for, 2y squared minus 18. Question 19 between Spencer Van Etten and Wellsboro. What type of figurative language compares two things using like or as? Fenmoy or Wellsboro?
Simile.
That's correct. Question 20. Before this politician's 1965 funeral, the largest state funeral in history to that point, Big Ben in London stopped ringing for much of the day to honor him. Name this British Prime Minister who brought England through World War II. Lucas Baker, Wellsboro.
Winston Churchill.
That is correct. All right, that's 20 questions. That means there's only 10 left. They'll be worth 20 points apiece when we come back. Right now, the score is 60 for Wellsboro, minus 30 for Spencer Van Etten. And as we all know, anything can happen here on Scholarship Challenge. Stick around. The exciting conclusion of our day is up next.
You're listening to Scholarship Challenge. We'll be right back with more from the Sayre Theater on the Radigan Media family of locally owned radio stations.
One of the area's most respected law firms is also a longtime supporter of Scholarship Challenge. Attorneys R. Joseph Landy and Damian M. Rossetti wish all of today's participants a rewarding, positive experience. Founded more than 60 years ago by Robert J. Landy, the Landy and Rossetti law firm specializes in criminal defense, wrongful death, personal injury, estate planning, gas and mineral rights, civil and commercial litigation, real estate, commercial transactions, and family law. Landy and Rossetti on Desmond Street in downtown Sayre.
At C&N, we know life is full of ands. There's tuition and books, down payments and renovations, car loans and repairs, babies and kids, and more kids. Whether you're just starting out or thinking about retirement, our products, services, and expertise will prepare you for all of life's ands. For a bank that's personal and professional, visit cnbankpa.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Tuning in and listening to the news, hearing what's happening with local views across the country or in my town. I tune in to find out what's going down. Hey, hey. Local radio, keeping me informed in my community. Local radio, local radio. Local radio creates unity.
Live from the Sayre Theater in Sayre, Pennsylvania, Choice FM proudly presents its signature community service event.
Scholarship Challenge.
Scholarship Challenge on Choice 102 is presented by FCCB and sponsored by Williams Toyota. Here are your hosts, Dave and Irene Radigan.
Nobody likes to play favorites, but I'll be honest with you. I like Middle School Challenge a little bit more than High School Challenge because the questions are easier to pronounce. But only a little. We have on stage Spencer Van Etten and Wellsboro. They have been both working very hard all day long. Northeast Bradford, Wyalusing, yielding to a Wyalusing win. Sullivan County and Wellsboro yielding to a Wellsboro win. And then Wellsboro up against Wyalusing has brought Wellsboro back to the stage for this final competition. And then Athens and Northeast Bradford's second team playing for a win for Northeast Bradford. Tioga and Spencer Van Etten playing for a win for Spencer Van Etten. And then Spencer Van Etten defeating Northeast Bradford's second team of the day leaves Spencer Van Etten on stage with Wellsboro. We're 20 questions in. The score is 60 to minus 30. Wellsboro leads Spencer Van Etten. I've only got 10 questions left for them, and that is all I have for the rest of the day. They're going to be worth 20 points apiece now for correct answers. Still get minus minus 10 for anything incorrect. I want to thank our judges for the day, Barb Carl and Susan Sierfoss, for being here today. Appreciate that very much, backing us up here on stage. And, of course, the rest of the Radigan Media team and all of you for listening, and all of the parents who are in the auditorium, and all of the advisors who are working on their day off to have a great exercise for the kids here and all this great academic stuff. So, and, of course, thanks to the kids for being brave to sit up here under the hot lights for 3.5 hours and answer tough questions. It's a great way to spend a day. All right, Spencer Van Etten, you ready? Wellsboro Hornets, you ready? Here we go. Round 3, 20-point questions. 60 to minus 30 right now. Wellsboro in the lead. Anything can happen. It was given to the king of Colchis, who hung it in a grove sacred to the god Ares and guarded it with a dragon. Fenmoyer, Wellsboro.
Golden Fleece.
That is correct. 80 to minus 30 now. Wellsboro in the lead. Question 22. Which colorful type of your body's blood cells can be refrigerated for 6 weeks before being given to someone else? Katie Whitney, Wellsboro.
Red blood cells.
Red blood cells is correct. Question 23. Gegenschein is a faint light seen at night opposite the sun. Spell the German word Gegenschein. Not even fair. No takers on that one. Gegenschein. Did we ever figure out what that noise is? So the wind makes this funny noise when it whips across the back of the theater here. So on the backstage door, which is about 10 feet behind me, it makes this weird, like, we can hear it on stage. And you see the kids all going, what is that? It sounds like a 50-foot tall goose laying an egg or something. I don't know. All right, nobody got question 23 correct. The score is 100 to minus 30. Wellsboro's in the lead over Spencer Van Etten. Let's see how we do with question 24. When the Pac-12 College Athletic Conference basically imploded in 2023, Utah, Colorado, and the 2 Arizona schools announced they would join what conference instead? No takers on that. It's the Big 12 for that one. Question 25. Victoria Falls straddles both Zimbabwe and what other Z country in Africa? Zambia. Question 26. This artist's 1943 set of 4 Freedoms paintings was based on a speech by Franklin Roosevelt. Name this painter of Rosie the Riveter whose works featuring daily American life include the more than 300 that appeared on the magazine covers of the Saturday Evening Post. Audience? Norman Rockwell's correct. Question 27. In The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, Tom is trapped in a cave with what girl he likes? Becky Thatcher. Question 28. Wellsboro's in the lead, 100 to minus 30 for Spencer Van Etten. This author's novel, The Witches, where witches try to turn all British... Richard Amadori, Spencer Van Etten.
Roald Dahl.
You got it. Good job. Question 29. Give the term defined by the American Sociological Association as an organization designed to provide care and comfort for terminally ill persons and their families. Crosby Jones, Spencer Van Etten.
Hospicare.
Say that again.
Hospicare.
That is incorrect. We'll repeat the question for Wellsboro. Give the term defined by the American Sociological Association as an organization designed to provide care and comfort for terminally ill persons and their families. Nobody rang in. I'm waiting for the judges because it looks like there's a conversation happening. Decision stands? Okay, the answer we were looking for is hospice. Question 30. For 25 years, Ben Franklin published what work each year that gave us sayings like, early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise? Fen Moyer, Wellsboro.
Poor Richard's Almanac?
How did you know that? Don't run away just yet. That's the end of this match between Spencer Van Etten and Wellsboro. 120 to minus 20. Spencer Van Etten, you guys kept it together like all day long here, and we kind of hit a little bit of a wall this last round, but you guys did very, very well for yourselves. Congratulations. We should have the red wireless mic down here at the judges' table, is it? Can we hand that over to the Spencer Van Etten advisor? Jennifer Joyce?
Yes.
What do you want to say to your team after this practice here?
I am immensely proud. We have 4 players who are in all-county chorus today, and these guys stepped up, and I am so, so proud. I think they're having a really low blood sugar moment right now, but I am so proud. They've done great. Did you have fun? Good.
Well, hit the concession stand on your way out. You guys have earned yourselves a little bit of sugar. You guys did great today. Thank you very, very much. Wellsboro Hornets. I'd like to get their advisor to the microphone as well. Fen Moyer, Lucas Baker, Peyton Beery, and Katie Whitney. Guys, don't Spencer Van Etten, don't leave the building just yet because we've got to do photos, and we do have a plaque presentation to do as well. Fen, Lucas, Peyton, Katie, how are you feeling after a long morning?
My team. Oh. No idea.
You should be very proud, and I'm glad that you're excited. You've certainly earned that. You guys have had a lot of energy here today, and you've been very focused, and it's certainly paid off. Lucas, did you have fun today? Yes. Yeah? Are you guys going to continue doing scholarship challenge as we move forward? Peyton and Katie and Lucas and Fen? Guys looking forward to coming back here?
Yes, definitely.
We're looking forward to having you back here. Congratulations. The advisor. It's Heather Steinbacher filling in today for Jen Sporer. Heather, what are your thoughts?
I'm just so proud of these guys. I went to their practices last week, and they're amazing. And Jen Sporer wants to say, great job. She's so sad she couldn't be here, but she's so proud of you guys. So congratulations.
Guys have done a great job. Congratulations. You are the champions of the Middle School Challenge 2024, a distinct honor. Well done. First place to Wellsboro Hornets. Second place to Spencer Van Etten, Junior High Panthers. Proud of both of these teams and all of our participants today. That is going to do it for us for today for Scholarship Challenge. This has been Middle School Challenge Edition today. Next week, we are back here, same time, same place, Saturday, 10 a.m. on all 17 Radigan Media stations for the conclusion, the culmination of Scholarship Challenge for the year. We will have our high school finals with just 4 teams. It'll be a shorter broadcast next Saturday. Be very exciting. It starts at 10 a.m. right here at the Sayre Theater. And if you want, make an appointment to come see it with your own 2 eyes here in the Sayre Theater. We'll be open to the public for you if you want to watch it in person. And if you can't, we'll play it for you on this Radigan Media station. For the Radigan Media team, myself, Dave Radigan, my wife, Irene Radigan, and our whole crew, thank you for tuning into the broadcast today. We'll catch you back here next Saturday at 10 a.m. live from the Sayre Theater for Scholarship Challenge number 44.
Scholarship Challenge is a production of the Radigan Media Group in cooperation with area school districts of the Twin Tiers. Engineers for today's broadcast are Dean Luchaco, Kevin Luchaco, Larry Brown, Matt Lewis, and Pat McDonald. Station manager, Sherry Iyer. Sponsorships by Irene Radigan and Richard Burgess. The creator of Scholarship Challenge is Chuck Carver. Station owners are Dave and Irene Radigan. Special thanks to the Bradford County Regional Arts Council for hosting us at the beautiful Sayre Theater. On behalf of our students, advisors, school administrators, FCCB, and Williams Toyota, additional sponsors, and station staff, thank you for listening to Scholarship Challenge on the Radigan Media Group locally owned family of radio stations. WATS Sayre, WAVR Waverly, WEBO Owego, WTTC FM Towanda, WTXW Towanda, WOKN FM Southport, WLVY Elmira Heights Horseheads, and WELM Elmira. Please join us back here next Saturday at 10 a.m. for the final championship round of Scholarship Challenge.